KRPX 95.3 The Peak. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini.
Welcome to Carbon Dino Basketball 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play tonight. We are at Carbon High School. Region play as the Manti Templars come to town to battle the Carbon Dinos. Hello again, everybody. Sonny Buscarini and Aiden Mortensen joining me in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. Welcome to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Tonight, the Carbon Dinos coming off a loss to Richfield, 58-48. In their last game, and Manti coming off a 59-50 overtime upset win over Emory. Carbon comes into tonight 4-15, 1-9 in region play, ranked 14th in the 3A RPI rankings in the state. Manti comes in 5-12, 3-7 region play, ranked number 13 in the RPI rankings. And Aiden, tonight is a game that I think it's an important game for the Dinos here at home as we finish out the season. We talked to Coach Brower after the Richfield loss that they finish out the season with one road game, and that's Emory, and Coach Brower says that's really not a road game. So they finish out the season at home, and down this stretch, they're getting healthy. Kids are coming back. Their bench has gotten deeper because of it. But now it's time to take care of business. They got to win these home games, move themselves up in the RPI rankings, and it starts tonight against Manti.
That it does, Sonny. In their last pregame show with Coach Brower, he talked about the goal the team set for themselves as a team, and that was they wanted to finish the season at 500. So they just have to win out the next set of region games, and that's definitely within reach. I mean, it starts tonight with Manti, but like you said, after this, it's almost all home games with the exception of that Emory game on Friday. But like Coach Brower said, that's pretty much a home game. That's a 20-minute bus ride, and the fans are going to be there. It's going to feel like a home environment for both of these teams, so it's going to be one of those fun showdowns. And like you said, they're getting healthy, and because of all the adversity they've had to fight through, their bench is a whole lot deeper because of it. It's the old adage, pressure makes diamonds, and they have found some diamonds, especially in the sophomore class.
Yeah, it's time to take care of business. So the beginning of the season was grueling. I mean, we were traveling all over the state, but now they've got past that. Now it's time to take care of business with the home game. So tonight against Manti, this is a team they've played once. They fell short to Manti at Manti, but what do the Dinos need to do tonight to come away with the win against a good Manti team who is led by Dax Anderson, scoring 13.1 points per game?
I think the biggest thing, Sonny, and this is going to probably apply to the rest of the season too, is limiting offensive rebounds. We see possessions where the Dinos are on defense, and they give up 2, 3, sometimes 4 offensive boards, and you just can't give the opposing team that many shots, because if you let them take that many open shots, eventually they're going to start falling, and that was the case against Richfield. That game was within reach, but they kept giving up those offensive boards, and it let Richfield go blow for blow with the Dinos. So it's going to start with the big men down under.
You know, we talked about the bad quarters, and last week the first quarter was the bad quarter for the Dinos, but one of the reasons, and you make a good point that we really never talked about, one reason why the first quarter was a bad quarter, because Richfield was dominating the offensive boards and getting 4 or 5 shots every time they came down the floor. And that's something the Dinos have to eliminate. That's a good point, Aiden.
Yeah, they really need to shut that down, because that's been happening the last few games. That was the trend against Juab. You give up a bunch of offensive rebounds to Juab, and then that leads into our next key, free throw shooting. That's been a point of emphasis over the past few weeks. They've definitely looked a lot better from the charity stripe than they did against Juab. That was the difference maker there. You can't shoot 40% and expect to win a close game like that.
I think the Dinos are doing a better job taking care of the ball. They had quite a few turnovers against Richfield, but Richfield is just a defensive basketball team. They play defense so well. Excuse me. I think the Dinos are taking better care of the ball.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you look at about the midway through the season, Sonny, but while they were still in non-region play, they were looking at a team who was averaging about 17 turnovers per game. You can't have that and expect to play winning basketball. So right now, their average has gone down to about 14.7 turnovers per game, something which definitely has boosted their production. They're doing a better job of taking care of the ball. Their assist numbers in that time frame have also gone up, and I think that's in part due to them finally slowing down the offense. We talked about this a lot early in the season. They have a very efficient fast break offense, but when that fast break offense wasn't going, that's when the Dinos struggled. They didn't really run any set half-court offense. They had nothing to slow down the pace if they ever needed to. But now, as the season has gone on, Coach Brower has started to implement more of that half-court set. So that's really helped them keep these games a lot closer than they were in the first stretch of region.
Taking a look at some team stats, Manti coming off the win against Emory the other night. This is a big win for Manti. They're averaging 56.5 points per game. The Dinos averaging 53.6, pretty close in that area.
Yeah, and if you look at points allowed per game, they're pretty close there as well. Dinos allowing about 65.5 per game. Manti, this was the best moment of my day, Sonny, when I put this in my calculator and found out they were averaging exactly 60 points allowed per game. I just love those round numbers. And looking at rebounds, we talked about the importance there. Carbon averages about 27 rebounds per game. Manti averages 24. This isn't the night you want them to surpass that average. You want to hold them to that average or below.
Yeah, assists per game, 13 for the Dinos, 16 for Manti. So the team stats are close, and these teams are close. And Manti won at home. Let's see if the Dinos can even out and take advantage of the home court and win tonight.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of Jurassic Park. You got the band playing. You have the student section starting to file in, and they're looking like they're going to be a big body tonight. So that's something that definitely can rattle opposing teams. And we saw that at Manti. You're playing in a gym where you were surrounded by hostile fans on about 3.5 corners of the gym. So Carbon has an advantage here with their home student section, their home band, their home parents. They can really seize that momentum, and they can come away with the victory tonight.
If you're sitting home listening to the broadcast, come out to Carbon High School. Support the Carbon Dinos. You'll have a great evening. Bring your electronic device with you. You can listen to us while you watch the game.
Yeah, bring some headphones. You can listen on the Castle Country Radio app or on castlecountryradio.com. But if you're more inclined to view a scoreboard, we have one of those available, virtual scoreboard on Castle Country Sports Carbon. There's so many ways to follow along with the Dinos. You really don't have an excuse to not keep up with what they're up to.
It's going to be a great game tonight. Carbon and Manti. The band is here. The place is filling up. We're about 20 minutes away from tip-off here on the Lambton's Diesel Service pregame show. We will take a break, and when we come back, we'll have an interview that Jordan did with Coach Brower earlier today. We will play that for you in its entirety. Then when we come back, we'll get some thoughts about the game tonight. From Aiden, we'll have the starting five, and it'll be time for Carbon Dino basketball. Right here on 95.3 The Peak, this is where you need to be for Carbon Dino Sports, Carbon Dino basketball. Don't go anywhere.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
This is Dave
and Ryan
from Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen.
On the big screen. At the King Cole Theaters.
And action.
Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better on the big screen.
Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters. Looking for a great meal? Juniper has you covered with delicious pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Juniper is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. Whether dining in or ordering out, Juniper makes it easy. Order through DoorDash for quick delivery straight to your door. From lunch to dinner, Juniper serves up flavorful meals the whole family will love. Stop by and see why Juniper is the perfect place for your next meal. Great food, great atmosphere every time.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle, but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Joining us right now in studio, we have head coach Taylor Brower. Coach, I always look forward to getting you in here. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, it's always fun, Coach, and I know that it's fun time of the year for you guys as well. We're down to the Final Four region games. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about getting healthy again. Right? That's the main thing for this basketball team. You guys are as healthy as you have been pretty much all season.
Yeah, we're only missing two other guys.
Yeah.
We only have two guys left. They're still injured. Ridge Butler might come back for the North Sanpete game. So, yeah, we got Logan Bennett and Kyler Orth back, and they make a huge difference. And so now our depth is a little more, and we have more people that we can pull off the bench.
I don't think people really understand, unless you're involved in the sport, what 2 to 3 players mean to a 3A, 2A, 1A school, right? You're familiar with the 1A classification. It's the same conversation. These lower classifications, you just don't have the depth of a 4A, 5A, 6A. 2 to 3 players make a world of a difference.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Like, even with us, like, there was a period of time where we only had 3 seniors and 2 juniors, and then I went to sophomores. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a huge jump, and people don't realize that. And our sophomores are good. Case, Carter, and Jackson, like, they're good, but they're still sophomores. They still don't understand the game, and they still don't know the speed of the game. So it's definitely a hard adjustment for them. And they've played well for me when they have played, but it's a huge jump.
Now that you guys are healthy, or healthier, and not 100% healthy, but healthier, how has that been as far as trying to get these kids acclimated to what you want to do, and after missing so much time and trying to find your game, you know, your game lungs, your game feet? How has that been?
It's been hard. It's been difficult. The one thing with Kyler and Logan is they have energy. They're my motors, and so it's been nice to have them back. Hard part is now I'm having to adjust my rotations to include them, and so that's cutting minutes into other players that have been playing a lot. And some players are struggling with that. They're like, well, I've been playing X amount of minutes. And I'm like, yeah, but look, we've got these 2 guys back. That's fine as long as we win and as long as we're playing good basketball. That's the only thing that matters.
I think you guys have played good basketball for the most part. I mean, we go back and look at the Richfield game. It was literally one quarter. I mean, one quarter.
If we don't give up the 20 points in the first quarter, I think we win by like 6.
Probably, yeah.
And after the end of the game, I was talking to Coach Janes, and I was like, hey, I walked up to him and I was like, hey, all I need is one more quarter. And he was like, yeah, you're totally right. So, like, he was worried. He was nervous. But, yeah, we played hard. We can't have that bad quarter. Everyone has one. And sometimes, depending on the team, they've either built up a lead or they've learned how to weather the storm, but we just gave it up too early.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways to look at a bad quarter, right? I mean, if you guys score 4 points, you only give up 12 in that quarter, okay, you're still in good shape. Yeah. I mean, it's bad, I guess, is a relative term.
But when it's 4 to 23, it's hard to,
Especially against a team like Richfield that plays such tremendous defense, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was hard. But the kids fought back. We made some adjustments, and we only lost by 10, so I'm proud of them for doing that.
I think the most impressive thing for me in that game, Coach, is the fact that you put up back-to-back 17-point quarters against Richfield, which is not easy to do with a team that
plays so well defensively.
You know,
right?
At halftime, we went in and coming from the place I come from, when I lose, I get mad and I get pissed. And so because of that, like, it drives me to be more aggressive. And I asked the kids, I said, aren't you mad? Aren't you embarrassed? Like, aren't you embarrassed by the score that we have? Like, why are you not getting mad? Like, and I think some of the kids did get mad and they started to play more aggressive. The crazy part is we shot in the first half, we shot a total of 9 total shots. And in the second half, we shot 30.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like, we shot a total of 5 shots in the first quarter, and we shot a total of 15 shots in the third quarter. So it tells you that they were just more aggressive and they wanted to get to the basket. So I appreciate that, but we can't have a 9 shooting half and then have 30 the next half. Like, I want 30. I mean, if I shoot 60 shots total in a game, that's what I want to be at. But yeah, we can't have that like we did in the first quarter, that's for sure.
I guess the positive would be is these boys can look at what they accomplished in the second half and the style they played with the aggressiveness that they played with, knowing that, to me, that's the best team I've seen all year in Richfield, right? And you guys were right there with them.
Richfield's a great team. Like, they're very senior heavy. They've got some great players. They got size. They got shooters. They got that Southwick kid that's just a problem everywhere. So it was nice to see them actually come out and fight. It was nice to see them actually not back down in the second half. But that's something that we've got to, as a team, just realize that we're a good basketball program. We're a good team. We just have to believe that we are. We can't let anyone else tell us other such. So it's something that I'm trying to develop mentally with the kids and realize, like, look, like, we can't let the aurora of other teams beat us before we even step on the court. So I'm working on that for sure.
Again, Coach Taylor Brower joining us right now, the Carbon Dino basketball team. Coach, we can jump ahead and look what's left on the schedule. There's not much. This is such a long season. We get going back in November. Here we are now at the end of January. There's 4 region games left. And so if you had to assess where your boys are at right now and where they are playing, how happy are you with where you guys are at? I mean, throw the record out. Doesn't mean anything right now with this conversation because here in the next, week and a half, everyone's going to be 0-0.
Yeah. You know, I'm really excited with the progress that we've been making. I'm excited with the prospect of what can happen next year. These seniors have done a great job in helping me lay some foundations for stuff for future years. I'll always be appreciative of them. But it's if you watch our games in November compared to our games now, like, we flow more, there's more movement, the kids are playing more free, they play the game better than they did in November. And that's one of the things I'm going to keep working on, is just having them understand that it's just a game. We got to have fun, but we still got to play it. So we've got to just keep working, and I think good things will come.
Yeah, you and I have talked a lot about some of the individuals and the way that they have grown. I think right now, is it fair to say, from my perspective, it's hard to kind of assess you guys as a collective unit until you get about 4 or 5 games with this new group together out there on the floor?
Yeah, it's I mean, if you look at our games when we had Kyler and Logan and even like Ridge, like, they're different games.
Yeah.
And so now we've gone literally 2 months with any of them. And so now we're going to have to reassess where we're at, and we have to reassess what everyone's roles are within the team, because some kids have stepped up, like Cannon Mortensen stepped up and was scoring a lot when Kyler was out, but now Kyler's back and Logan's back. And so now we've got to reassess what our roles are, and we've got to reassess what we are good at with everyone. And it's going to take time. I wish we had more games, but we don't, and I'm sure we'll figure it out.
One thing that you guys do have is a few home games, which I know is nice because you guys had to be road warriors in that first half of the region. It seemed like you were on the road constantly.
Yeah, road. You know, being on the road is tough. Traveling to Cedar, that's a long ways for kids, but just being on the road is hard. But I'd actually prefer it to be on the road early because it teaches kids to be resilient. And then when they get to their home games, then they can relax a little bit and be like, oh, look, we've played these guys before. Now we're on our home court, so now we don't have to deal with the bus ride ourselves, but they're dealing with the bus ride. And so it's really nice to be on the road early and then end at home for sure.
Yeah, because I'm not mistaken, out of the last 4 games, the only road game is Emory.
Yeah, right? Like that's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
so.
Well, and like, yeah, Richfield came here last week. We went to Delta on Wednesday. But yeah, is Emory really a road game?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
I could throw a rock at their place, right? Like,
right.
So we don't even classify that as a road game because it's so close, which I'm grateful that we actually have that game so late in the season.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at what's in front of you this week, Coach. And we can get back together next week and kind of talk about the final two games. But it's Manti and it's Emory. And these are two games that are, A, very winnable, and B, can pay huge dividends for you guys in the RPI if you can walk away with 2 wins.
Yeah, they're two really good teams. Manti and Devin Shakespeare, he's a great coach. You can never count Manti out ever. Ever. I mean, they've had a rough season, but they play really well in February. They've always played well. You can never count them out. So even if they're having a bad time, like, they actually scare me more now than they did when we played them at the first. And because they just play so well into the games, end of the season. So, tonight, we can win tonight. I think we can. If we play like we did against Richfield for 3 quarters, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll beat them by 10 or 15. But it all depends on which, and that's, everyone's been asking me, are you going to win tonight? And I'm like, well, it depends on which team shows up. If it's the one that showed up against Delta, no. If it's the one that showed up against Richfield for 3 quarters, then yeah, I think we'll win. But it's up to the kids at this point. Like, I've given them everything that they can. Now it's up to the kids whether they want to win or not. And Emory, they're a good program. The rivalry is going to be huge. The environment's going to be big. And so I just hope that my kids within that environment realize that it's still just a game and that, yeah, we can beat them. They've got some great players, the Johansson twins and the Franson kid. Franson kid can shoot it. And Wes Johansson in the post is tough. But I also feel that, like, if we're physical and we get up in their grill and get up in their faces and make them make tough shots, then I think we'll also come out on top on that one too.
Yeah, it's a big week. This is a fun week. I think that basketball is the only high school sport that actually has dog days because the season is so long, right? So when you get down to the final 2 weeks, do you sense urgency from your kids? Do they realize that, hey, this is almost over?
I think some of the seniors sense the urgency. Yeah. I think some of the seniors sense that urgency. I don't know if the juniors have because they're just still looking on next year. As a coach, though, with the season that we've had, like, I just keep reminding the kids that, like, we just got to keep playing good basketball. And if we play good basketball, then we can make a run. No one, because we're Carbon, no one takes us seriously, and everyone thinks it's going to be an easy win, which is great. I love it. But we've got to come out and we've got to play our own game and we've got to come out and fight. And I think if the kids play the way that they know they can play and are confident in that, I think you'll see us at least make it to state and maybe even make a run. I'm not saying we're winning the state championship by any means, but I'm saying that we can at least go there and compete.
Last question before I let you go, Coach. The way your team is constructed and the style that you play, how important is it for you guys to win the first 5-6 minutes of a game? It seems like that could be uber important for this team.
Oh, it's super important. We like to run. We like to get up and down the floor, and we're good at it. And so, but that is not sustainable. You can't play 32 minutes of basketball and run every possession. So it's really important for us to run when we can, but also be very efficient with the ball. And we have to be efficient in the half court. One of the things that we've been working on for weeks is we run a lot of pick and roll actions. There's different options off of a pick and roll, which most coaches and most players don't understand. And so I'm trying to give them different options. I call them coverage solutions. So anytime someone switches or hedges or plays off of them, there's different coverage solutions that can happen within that pick and roll scenario. And kids are starting to learn those and they're starting to use them in games. And so it's really exciting that they're actually, because what it does is it creates advantages for us to get open shots. And it's almost like running in a half court because there's all this movement and there's all this speed. And so with that, then I think as we get better with it, we'll be able to score more and we'll be more efficient with it. The hard part is I'm trying to break old habits. I'm trying to, the killer to this offense that I run is dribbling. You can't dribble. Like, if you're dribbling, you got to dribble with a purpose. And so kids that over dribble kill it. And so I'm trying to negate that within my offense and trying to negate that ability within kids. I'm all for dribbling to the basket, but it's got to be with a purpose. And if you're not open, kick it to someone else and let them drive. So it's really important within the first 5 or 6 minutes to establish that, because if we can establish the offensive side first, I think our defensive side will come. And I think it's getting there, and we're working on that as well. So,
Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you in. I do appreciate the time. Best of luck this week, and can't wait to talk again real soon.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Jordan.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here. You've been accused of doing something illegal and charged a foul. It's time to run the court in a game of legal matters. Let Oliver Law jump through the hoops. Robert Oliver believes in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law brings you a slam dunk defense for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. And when it's time to go to the foul line, Robert Oliver doesn't miss a shot. Call 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. Carbon and Manti tonight here at Carbon High School, as Aiden calls it, Jurassic Park. And
it's catching on. It's catching on.
It's catching on. So the Dinos and Manti tonight. As we said, Dinos 4-15, Manti 5-12 overall. Region play for the Dinos 1-9, Manti 3-7. Starting five tonight for Manti. We'll go down the list, Aiden. Just chime in as we go down. Parker Anderson, the senior, wears number 1. He scores 8 points per game. Dak Anderson, the senior, wears number 2, 13.1 points per game. We talked about him in the pregame show. Carter Mason, the junior, wears number 4, 12.3 points per game. He's somebody they're going to have to watch as well.
And those are going to be the two players you're going to want to key off of tonight, Dax Anderson and Carter Mason, the two leading scorers on this team. But the next player you're about to mention in the starting five, he went off against the Dinos last time, and he's liable to go off again.
Lincoln Alder was the difference in the game, I think, last time these two teams played. He wears number 11. He's a senior, averaging 9 points per game. And Taz Hill, the senior, wears number 12, averaging 5.2 points per game.
Now, I think the underlying threat here for the Dinos is going to be the play of Taj Hill. He crashes those boards aggressively, and that's something that we talked about earlier. The Dinos have struggled with overlay, giving up offensive rebounds. They need to shut him down in the paint. Don't let him get going, especially on the offensive glass.
For the Carbon Dinos tonight, number 4, Evan Lancaster, the senior guard, averaging 6.8 points per game. Number 10, junior Carter Warburton, averaging 7 points per game. Kyler Orth, the junior, wears number 14. He averages 11 points per game. Logan Bennett, the junior, back in the starting lineup, averaging 10 points a game, wears number 24. And Cannon Mortensen, the senior, number 33, averaging 12.2 points per game. That's the starting five for both teams. We will take a break. When we come back, it'll be tip-off time here at Carbon High School. It's the Dinos against the Templars here at Carbon High School. Don't go anywhere.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint, featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start. Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino basketball, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play tonight. Here at Castle Country Radio, we have a couple of games on the sister network, the Emory Spartan game. Jordan and Travis are in Cedar City tonight playing Canyon View. We'll keep you updated on that game and some other scores around the state and the region as well. And Aiden, we said the starting five, they're being announced right now. The Dinos have to get off to a good start. Jordan and Coach Brower talked about this in the pregame interview that you heard. What do they have to do to get off to a good start against this Manti team?
It's going to start with defense. They need to have a solid defensive stand to open this game. You can send a message early by playing some physical, aggressive defense. Now, that doesn't mean get in foul trouble early. Quite the contrary. You want to play good, smart defense, but you do want to send a message that this is your house. You're not going to be scoring here. And I think then it transitions over to taking care of the ball and just converting on those opportunities. We see it time and time again. Carbon finds themselves with good opportunities, good looks, and they just can't convert. You can't have wasted possessions.
We went through the starting five in detail. Let's go through them once again real quick before we get going here. For Manti, Parker Anderson, Dak Anderson, Carter Mason, Lincoln Alder, and Taz Hill. The starting five for the Carbon Dinos tonight: Evan Lancaster, Carter Warburton, Kyler Orth, Logan Bennett, Cannon Mortensen. They're being announced right now. Manti comes out tonight in their red uniforms with the white numbers. Dinos in their white uniforms with the blue numbers. I love the Carbon Dinos home jerseys. And I love their uniforms at home.
They're gorgeous, aren't they, Sonny?
Yes.
I really love what they look. And it's good to see Coach Shakespeare down there for Manti back on the court. He had some health concerns earlier or a few weeks ago. It's good to see him back and doing what he loves. You don't become an 11th-year head coach by not enjoying the game of basketball.
Right. Here we go. We're ready for the tip-off of tonight's game between Manti coming here to Carbon High School to play the Carbon Dinos. 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. You have been listening to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. We're ready for the start. The Dinos go right to left on your radio dial to start this basketball game. Big region game tonight between Manti and Carbon. Carbon ranked 14th in the RPI and Manti ranked 13th in the RPI. And here we go. We're ready for the start of tonight's game. Jumping for the Carbon Dinos will be Orth. He'll be jumping against Alder.
This is one of the first times we've seen Orth in this center position to start the game. So it'll be interesting to see if they can come away with the win on the tip.
Tip controlled by the Dinos. With the ball, it is Warburton, and he'll bring it up the floor past the half-court stripe. Picked up there quickly by Mason. Mason guarding him closely. Warburton finds a little gap in the paint. Spin, move up, no good. Off the side of the rim, and the rebound, Alder. Alder ahead. Here comes Mason. Mason down on the left side. It goes to Dak Anderson. Baseline reverse layup, good. And Anderson's off to a great start. That was a tough shot. 2-0 Manti. Cannon Mortensen with the ball, gives it to Warburton, straight down the middle. Now goes left side, swings it over to Bennett. Bennett cross-court pass to Lancaster. Finds a gap, stops from 15, turnover Dinos. They get it back. Orth with a three-point shot, no good. Nice save, and Orth scores. Beautiful save by Cannon Mortensen. Kyler Orth gets the basket. 2-2. Back down the other way. Shot up, no good. Controlled by Manti. Three-point shot, no good. This time by Dak Anderson. The rebound, Lancaster.
And both teams pushing the pace.
Yeah, here come the Dinos down the floor underneath the Bennett. Lay it up and in. Nice play for the Dinos. They quickly get down the floor. They get the high percentage shot. And the Dinos lead 4-2. And Aiden, you can talk.
It's good to have a chance. Both teams coming out very aggressively right now, pushing the pace. Both of them know the team that gets the first advantage here is probably going to be the team that wins this game.
Shot down underneath, up no good by Alder, whistle and a foul. And right away, you can tell that Manti remembers that Alder had a great game against the Dinos, and they go to him quickly on the first two offensive possessions. So I think we're going to see a lot of Alder.
Yeah, they're trying to feed him right away. And who wouldn't? He is a fantastic scorer.
And it comes to Alder. Shot up, no good. Point blank shot, couldn't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Warburton. Past the half court stripe, he comes, picks up the dribble, gives it over to Bennett. Bennett back down to Warburton, baseline. Outside to Lancaster, three-point line. Loft pass into Orth, good. Beautiful ball movement by the Dinos on the first three offensive possessions. 6-2 Dinos.
And right now they're focusing on what they do best. They score well at the rim. They're trying to get those shots, and they're converting when they can.
Offensive foul on Manti down the floor. Carter Mason with the push-off. Both teams with one foul each. 6:11 left to play first quarter. Dinos lead 6-2, and it's Warburton with the ball.
And you can tell Manti didn't really expect this kind of energy from Carbon to open the game. Historically, they've been a good second-half team, but the first quarter has been flat. They're looking to flip the script tonight.
Lancaster pass down to Orth. Orth cross-court pass just over the head of Warburton out of bounds. So the Dinos have two turnovers in the ball game, and it's 6-2. The Dinos with the lead for the Manti Templars here just underway at Carbon High School.
And they can force another miss from the Templars here, make up for that turnover, and they've been doing that well so far in this game.
Bounce pass goes left side. With it, it's Hill. Hill swings it over to the right side. It goes to Parker Anderson. Drives inside, kicks it out to Mason for three. Halfway down, no good. Saved by Lancaster, and here come the Dinos. They turn it over on the pass. It goes right to Parker Anderson, whistle and a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. So the difference in the ball game right now, 3 turnovers for the Dinos, 0 for Manti, but yet even with that, the Dinos lead 6-2.
And there's no turnover, I'd say, that was really egregious. A lot of these, they were just trying to make the right play, but Manti read it. They were in the right place, the right time, like they were right there. So really, the Dinos are playing very good basketball to start this contest.
First free throw by Parker Anderson is up, and it is good. 5:33 left to play in the first quarter. 6-3 Dinos.
And they just need to build back on defense. Just get yourself a board or a basket on the other side.
Sorry, Aiden. Second free throw up and good by Anderson. And Parker has two and out of bounds. And off the hands of Manti. Dino ball in front of their own bench.
And now Manti is starting to bring that full court pressure, something which we have seen the Dinos struggle with before. But like against North St. Pete, once they can figure out the press, they can score very quick transition buckets.
Lancaster for three, right side, good! Evan Lancaster for three from the right wing, and it's a 9-4 Dino lead, and they're off to a great start, Aiden. Mason with a basketball. Bounce pass goes to Dak Anderson. Back outside it goes to Mason. Fakes the three. Drives inside. Good defense by the Dinos. Blocking foul on Orth.
Yeah, and you can agree with the ref's perspective there. Yes. Orth just couldn't get his feet set. Couldn't stop moving. Absorbs the contact well, but falls to the ground, ultimately drawing the blocking foul. But not a shooting foul, and they're only at 3 right now, so they do have 2 to give.
Manti will throw the ball in. Substitutions checking into the ball game for the Dinos is Branch.
I do like the substitution method of Coach Brower. He keeps those legs fresh on the court.
And it comes in the backcourt, goes to Hill. Hill drives into the paint. 10-foot shot, good. Hill with his first basket of the ball game, 9-6. Dinos up 3, 4:56 left to play first quarter.
And Hill's one of those players who can silently get you a lot of points and do a very good job, especially when he gets into the interior.
Ball knocked away by Branch. He gets it back. Branch gives it to Cannon Mortensen. Ball knocked out of Mortensen's hand. Turnover Dinos. Fast break the other way. Lay it up and in. Nice fast break ahead. It goes to Dak Anderson, and he has 4 points in the game. It's 9-8.
And as soon as we started talking about that good start, all it took for Manti was a few free throws to get things going. And since then, they've gone on a little run of their own.
6-0 run for Manti. Warburton drives in the paint, back to the basket, kicks it outside. Mortensen down the barrel. Halfway down, falls out, no good. Rebound, Bennett, count it, and a foul. That's a nice offensive rebound by Logan Bennett on the baseline. He goes strong to the basket, count it, and he goes to the free throw line looking for his 5th point. Dinos lead 11-8.
And that's what Coach Brower talked about in his interview with Jordan. You were missing Bennett for a bulk of the season. He is an engine for this team. He brings the energy. He gets things going, and he shows it off with plays like that. And right now, we talked about offensive rebounding, and it's important in the pregame. They have not only shut down Manti on the offensive boards, but they have decided to flip the script completely and grab a bunch of their own.
Free throw by Logan is up and good. And Bennett has 5 in the ball game. The Dinos lead by 4, 12-8. With the basketball, it's Dak Anderson. Drives inside. Nice pass on the baseline to a cutting Landon Bogus, who just checked into the ball game. Whistle and a foul, and Landon will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And that was a good recovery off the near turnover. We're able to grasp it, throw it to his open teammate along the baseline on the cut. And he doesn't get the basket to fall, but he does get 2 free attempts at the charity stripe.
Free throw for Bogus is up, and it is halfway down and pops out no good.
And that's been the case for a lot of Manti shots today. They go halfway down, but then just inexplicably pop back up. That's something where you don't want to give them open shots, but right now you feel good about how they're shooting.
Now you talk about the aggressive first quarter. 4 minutes left to play. The Manti Templars will be shooting free throws for the rest of the quarter. The Dinos have 4 fouls on them, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how the free throws turn out here in the first quarter. Just under 4 minutes left. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Dinos. 12-8 lead for the Dinos in the ball. Lancaster with it on the right baseline. Gives it to Warburton. Whistle and a bump foul. Bump foul on Bogus. Landon with his first, team foul number 3.
And the Dinos finally, they're staying aggressive, but now Manti playing a little frustrated right now. A very uncharacteristic foul for them, the Templars, and it's working to Carbon's advantage.
Cannon Mortensen will check into the ball game. Next dead ball. Here's a 3-point shot by Carter Warburton. It won't go, and the rebound comes down to Manti. Nice board that time by Rasmussen. Brings it down the floor, swings it over left side to Anderson. This is Parker in the paint. Shot up short. Offensive rebound by Bogus. Bogus with the shot up, blocked out of bounds, and it will belong to Manti. But since Landon Bogus has come into the ball game, we've said his name a lot in the last 30 seconds. He's made his presence known.
He has. He made an immediate impact off the bench. And that's what Manti's searching for right now. They're searching for an answer for what the Dinos are throwing their direction.
Bazzoni in the ball game along with Cannon Mortensen for the Dinos. Along with Bennett, Branch, and Lancaster. That's the 5 on the floor. Manti goes strong to the basket. There's a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be on the ground, but they'll be shooting free throws anyway. Foul is on Bazzoni, his first, team foul number 5 for the Dinos.
And it's one of those confusing ones, Sonny, where, the shot falls and he thinks he's going to have an and one opportunity, but they call it on the ground, but he's still going to the free throw line. So just one of those fun situations that come when you get to that 5 foul threshold.
Still going to the free throw line, still shooting 2. First free throw up and no good. Manti now 2 for 5 from the free throw line. Lancaster comes out of the game and coming in for the Dinos, Ty Mortensen. One more free throw to come for Manti. Second free throw up and good. Anderson has 5. Dinos lead cut to 3. Full court pressure being applied by Manti. Dinos break it. It goes to Bennett. Bennett gives it outside to Ty Mortensen. Back to Bennett. Top circle sets the offense.
That was a veteran move by Bennett, holding the ball, not trying to force anything, letting the offense kind of set itself up.
Swing it over to the left side. It goes to Branch. Makes a move into the paint. Shot knocked out of bounds. Dinos retain possession on the baseline. 14 on the shot clock. 2:56 left to play first quarter. 12-9 Dinos.
And they're going to set up the inbound play. We've seen mixed results from these baseline out-of-bounds plays for the Dinos. Either they're getting an easy basket or it's a turnover in the air because the other team applies great pressure.
And it comes to Bennett and a whistle and a foul. And the foul's going to be on Alder. Bennett goes to the ground, gets up. He's fine. And that's foul number 4
Alder
on Manti. So we're shooting free throws for the rest 3 minutes of this quarter.
This is the complete opposite of what we've seen the last few games. Normally these games have had no free throws. No one gets that 5 fouls.
Down underneath, ball knocked away, turnover Dinos. Number 5 in the first quarter for Carbon. Fast break the other way, lay it up, no good, and a whistle and a foul. And Dak Anderson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And Anderson has been doing a good job of earning his way to the charity stripe. He drives with a lot of intensity and a lot of heart, and it shows because he does not fear anything. You could have 2-3 defenders on him. He's going to still put that thing up through contact. He has no fear as he goes for the fast break.
6-foot senior, first free throw up and no good. He has 5 points in the ball game, and Manti struggling from the free throw line so far tonight. They're 3 for 7 from the line. The Dinos 1 for 1.
And it's one of those uncharacteristic things from the Templars. Normally you see them, they are a very consistent free throw shooting team.
Second free throw is up, and it is good. Anderson has 6. Timeout called by Carbon with 2:40 left to play in the first quarter. 12-10 the score. The Dinos up 2.
Yeah, and this has been a fun start to the game, Sonny. The Dinos' offense, listen to the interview with Coach Brower, he wanted him to slow it down a little bit, get some more sets going, and he doesn't want him dribbling the ball. And we have seen very little dribbling the ball. They move the ball through the air very effectively. You're seeing maybe a hold for 1-2 seconds to pass the ball immediately. They look for cutters. There's great off-ball motion now. I really like what we're seeing from the half-court offense.
Good first quarter, quick first quarter. So far, 8 free throws for Manti. And you said you wanted to see the Dinos come out and be aggressive on the defensive side. And the fouls show it. They have been aggressive. But I think it's what's kept them in the game here in the first quarter.
I think so, too. And, luckily for the Dinos, Manti has struggled from the charity stripe. That's what's really helped them here. But I think, in my opinion, they've sent a message to the Templars that nothing easy is coming tonight.
Bazzoni swings it over the right side. He goes to Bennett. 3-point line down. It goes to Warburton. On the high block, now hands it off to Branch. Branch finds a little gap, double team now 3 feet from the basket. Tries to get it outside to Warburton, and it's a turnover for the Dinos. Fast break the other way, lay it up and in. Dak Anderson, he has 8.
And Anderson is willing the Templars into this game. He is responsible for almost all of their points.
Shot is up, no good, whistle and a foul. And going to the free throw line for the Carbon Dinos will be Bazzoni for 2. As that is the 5th foul now on Manti. So 2:10 left to play, as we said. Free throws the rest of the quarter.
And so we saw early in the season, we saw the sophomores adjust to starting level minutes, playing heavy minutes in the varsity level. Now we're having to see them readjust as the rotation comes back healthier. They're trying to fit into those roles that are rapidly evolving as players get healthy for Carbon.
Free throw is up and no good. Second free throw is up, and it is no good as well. The rebound, Manti, and a whistle and an over-the-back foul on Logan Bennett for the Carbon Dinos, and we'll shoot free throws down on the other side.
And this is the one time where you don't want to be aggressive on that rebound, especially if it's going to be an easy charity stripe trip on the other end. Couldn't talk there. Kind of lost my mind.
Kobe Rasmussen, the junior, averaging 2.6 points per game, steps up to the free throw line for Manti. We're tied at 12. 2:09 left to play first quarter. First free throw was up and no good off the back of the iron.
And free throw struggles for both teams right now have really haunted them. Either team could have a daunting lead right now if they could just convert on those opportunities.
Second free throw up and good. Rasmussen with his first points of the ball game. 13-12, Manti. Whistle over the back on the Carbon Dinos.
Yeah, backcourt violation. It was a bit of an interesting call. Lancaster crossed the midcourt stripe, receives the ball. Warburton catches it midair right as he's about over that center line, and they whistle him for that violation.
Basketball belongs to Manti, up 1, minute 58 left to play. Mortensen drives inside, puts it up and in. Stone Mortensen checks into the ball game and scores immediately. 15-12, Manti up 3 now. Their biggest lead of the game. Lancaster with the ball on the right side. He'll hold 3-point line. Now swings over to the Branch, fakes stick 3, drives inside, pass down underneath the Bazzoni, and a whistle and a foul.
Now, Sonny, looking at the time of this game, normally at 7:20, we are done with the first quarter and we're midway into the second. Right now, still battling through that first period. That's in part due to the amount of fouls being committed by these teams. Now, I know I said I wanted both these teams to come out aggressive, try and send a message, but at the same time, you do have to be mindful about how many fouls you're gathering early in the game, because that can take out a lot of key players as this game enters its closing moments later on in the second half.
Pizzoni goes to the free throw line, no good. He gets one more chance. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 2. It's no good as well. Rebound underneath goes to Mortensen, stolen away by Manti. Fast break the other way. Dak Anderson all the way laid up and in. Dak has 10.
And that was a fancy finish from Anderson. He was able to get that circus shot to fall, and he has really been the key contributor for Manti so far. 10 points, and he's helped him build up a 5-point lead.
9-0 run, I believe, for Manti, if I'm correct. The pass goes underneath the Pizzoni. Kick it outside. Here's the three-point shot. That run comes to an end. The three-point shot by Carter Branch from the right baseline, and it's 17-15. Drive inside, reverse layup up, and no good by Colby Simmons. He checked in last dead ball. Rebound comes down Dinos. Down underneath it goes to Branch. Reverse layup, no good, foul. So Branch hits a three, gets back down the floor, and creates a foul, and goes to the line for a chance for 5 quick points by Carter.
And that was a good play by Adam Thomas of the Templars. He reads the play beautifully. He acts like a safety, tips the ball away, but Branch able to recover it before it goes out of bounds, goes up for the reverse, and that's where things fall apart for Thomas as he converts the foul.
Free throw by Carter Branch is good. Dinos 2 for 6 as a team from the free throw line. Branch 1 for 1. 4 points in the ball game for Carter. Second free throw up, no good off the back of the iron. The rebound comes down to Manti. With the rebound, it's Adam Thomas. He checked in the last dead ball as well. Past the half-court stripe comes Dak Anderson. Anderson double team, swings it over to Mortensen for 3, no good. Offensive rebound underneath, up, no good. Another offensive rebound, this time by Mortensen. Kick it outside, three-point shot by Anderson, no good. Offensive rebound down underneath the basket, good by Simmons. And we talked about the offensive rebounds.
They got him in spades there, Sonny. That's what the Dinos can't afford to do. Luckily, that has been a one-time occurrence for him, but hopefully it's not a sign of things to come for the Dinos.
Drive inside, the shot up by Warburton, no good, whistle and a foul, 2 free throws. To the free throw line goes Carter Warburton, the junior. The foul is on Kobe Rasmussen.
And I like Carter on the drive. When he sees a lane to the basket, he takes it with no hesitation. And that's what makes him such a scary player to guard, because if you give him any separation, either right or left, if you overcommit on one of his sides, he's going to make you pay for it.
Free throw up and no good. Dinos 2 for 8 from the free throw line here in the first quarter. Second free throw, good. Carter with his first points of the ball game. And it's 19-17, 3 seconds left to play. Anderson fakes the three, and they call a travel or carry. Is there some time left on the clock? I guess not. They're going to end the quarter right there with the turnover, and that's how the first quarter ends. We've played one. It's 19-17, Manti with the lead. When we come back, quarter number 2 here at Carbon High School.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon High School. Manti with a 19-17 first quarter lead. Good quarter of basketball, except free throws.
Yeah, both teams really struggling from the line. And after the first missed free throw from Warburton, Coach Brower seemingly turned to the bench, and he had some words for for his players about the free throw shooting. So definitely a source of contention for the Dinos right now is that free throw shooting. He challenged them after that Juab game to shoot 100 free throws over the break, and things did look like they were on the up and up over the previous two games, but right now looking like old habits are going to die hard.
Lancaster, Warburton, Branch, Ty Mortensen, and Abazzoni on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. Leading the way for Manti in the first quarter, Dak Anderson with 10 points in the ballgame. For the Dinos, Logan Bennett with 5.
And Logan Bennett has been a transformative presence. Like Coach Brower said, he is one of those motor players that gets this team going. He's someone you're going to look to time and time again to get the energy up. And right now, they're going to need it more than ever.
Starters back on the floor for Manti as well. With the basketball, it is Mason. Mason gives it down to Anderson. Shot blocked by Ty Mortensen. We come the other way. Lancaster with the ball, top circles, goes right side. 3-point line, swings it over to Warburton. Warburton, 3-point line. Contact and a charge. Charge called on Carter Warburton. That will be his first foul of the ballgame. First team foul in the second quarter.
That was a good defensive play by Alder. He hasn't had his impact felt the way he would have wanted in terms of scoring, but he is playing some very hard-nosed defense, and it's given the Dinos fits like right there.
Substitutions coming in for the Dinos. Logan Bennett back in the game along with Orth, Lancaster, Cannon, Mortensen, and Warburton. The 5 on the floor now for the Dinos. So some quick substitutions just 20 seconds into the second quarter. And a travel by Manti. That's only their second turnover of the ball game.
And these two teams, they're playing very uncharacteristic. You're seeing a lot of mistakes that you haven't seen in a while for the Dinos, and you rarely see from the Templars. I mean, you're seeing travels. It's kind of spiraling out of control for both of these teams right now.
Cannon Mortensen fakes the 3, drives inside, had a good shot, couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Warburton for 3, long off the back of the iron. Rebound Bennett, and he stepped out of bounds. And they call a foul? Yes, they call a foul on Manti before he steps out of bounds.
And it's fun watching Logan Bennett soar through the air. He looks like Superman sometimes. He comes flying in out of nowhere, saves the day, and gives the Dinos another chance on the offensive side of things.
Mortensen had a good look at the basket. In it comes to Bennett. He has a good look at the basket, won't go. Warburton had a good look at 3. They just not dropping on that last possession for the Dinos. Back the other way comes Alder, and he gets his first points of the ball game and 1. He'll go to the free throw line.
And we've seen this before, Sonny. These players who the Dinos hold in check in the first quarter, they get their opportunity at the free throw line, and they get to make something happen. They get heated up, and that's when they become scary.
At the free throw line, first free throw is up and good. And that's the only free throw because it was an N1. So he has 3 points in the ball game. Alder does now, 22-17. Manti with the lead, full court pressure being applied by Manti. Dinos break it. Bennett with the ball, double teamed. Still with the ball, holding it, looking. Now he gets it over to Orth. Orth drives inside, whistle, and travel.
And, with how aggressively Carbon takes the ball to the basket, it was only a matter of time before travel started getting called. You just got to be mindful of how the ref is calling that. It's kind of like 3 seconds on the key call. That's something you got to test as the game gets started, and that way you know how you need to play the rest of the game.
I agree. With the basketball swing over the right side, it goes to Anderson. Thought about the 3, cross-court pass goes to Mason. Mason on the left side, picked up by Lancaster. Now gives it back down to Dak Anderson on the left wing. Bounce pass underneath, goes to Parker Anderson. Back to Dak, back to Parker. Parker double teamed in the corner, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Manti. Good defense that time by the Dinos. Shot clock says 12, game clock says 6:32, second quarter. Manti up 22-17.
And, you can see a height discrepancy between these two teams. Carbon, in a lot of cases, towering over their man, but Manti is very shifty. That's how they've been able to score at the rim.
Mason with the ball, picked up there by Orth, now goes between the circles. Sets the offense, guarded closely by Orth, swings it right side to Parker Anderson. Spin move in the paint, shot up over the top of Cannon, and scores right before the buzzer goes off. And that was a nice play by Parker Anderson. He has 4 points in the ballgame, 24-17.
And sometimes no matter how intense of a defense you play, how well you play, they're going to make that shot.
Warburton drives inside, uses glass with the left hand and scores. Nice play by Carter Warburton. He has 3. Going strong to the basket, makes something happen. 24-19 Manti.
Dinos' first points of the quarter coming 2 minutes in. They had a bit of a scoring drought there. They're going to want to break that now.
Anderson drives inside. Shovel pass out of bounds. Turnover. number 3 for Manti. Dinos have 9 turnovers here with 5:43 left in the second quarter. Only 3 for Manti.
And we talked about it before. Taking care of the ball was going to be one of those keys to the game, and that's kind of contributed to the deficit they find themselves in. Luckily, they've done a good job making up for those turnovers on the defensive side of things, and they've kept it within 5.
So it's 24-19. Manti with the lead. Dinos with the ball. With it, it's Warburton on the right side, guarded by Mason. Tries to get around Mason. Good defense. Kicks it over to Lancaster to Bennett for 3. No good long. Offensive rebound. Foul on the ground against Manti. And the foul will be on Mason. Team foul number 3 for Manti. Foul number 2 on Mason. The Dinos will throw the ball in on the baseline, and it comes to Bennett. Bennett to Lancaster to Warburton right side. Warburton now goes top circle, resets offense. Goes around the screen set by Orth in the paint. Double team back outside of Lancaster. There's plenty of time on the shot clock, 20. Lancaster picks up his dribble, gives it to Cannon Mortensen. 3-point line left, back to Lancaster. 3-point shot from there. No good. Long rebound. Saved by Bennett. And then controlled by Manti, but good hustle by Logan Bennett to keep that ball alive.
That looked like a Hail Mary at the end of a football game, Sonny. There were bodies all over the place.
And it comes down to Anderson. Kick it outside. 3-point shot won't go by Parker Anderson, and the rebound Orth. Orth to Lancaster, ahead to Warburton left side. Picked up there, back out. It goes to Lancaster. 3-point line down to Orth in the paint. Shot up, no good, off the rim. Rebound comes down to Manti, and we'll have a jump ball.
And things getting chippy down on the court. Definitely a good job by the refs, though. They're keeping this thing in check. They didn't let that go on for too long. It was just a little extracurricular after the whistle had been blown. The refs have been pretty good tonight. I got to give them their props when they're due. If we're going to criticize them sometimes, we got to give them their flowers when they're doing a good job like this crew is tonight.
Branch will be into the ball game for the Dinos. Orth comes out. In it comes, stolen on the inbounds pass. Fast break the other way, lay it up and in. Stolen by Mortensen. He takes it the length of the floor and lays it up and in. It's a 7-point lead now for Manti. Good second quarter for the Templars. Cannon Mortensen fakes the 3, drives inside. Pass down underneath the Branch. Whistle and the foul on the ground. No shot. The foul is on Bogus, who checked into the ball game, and he will get his second foul of the ball game, team foul number 2.
And right now, Carbon needs to shore things up because right now they're heading into that one bad quarter territory. What we've discussed, they can't have that quarter. They need to play a consistent 4-quarter game.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 4:10 left to play in the first half. 26-19 Manti, 95-3 the Peak, where the Dinos play.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castleville. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965. Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon High School. Manti 26, Carbon 19. 4:10 left to play here in the first half. Dinos with the basketball, and throwing in will be Cannon Mortensen. Cannon looks, still looking. Throws it into Warburton. Warburton steps back near half court, now swings it over left side to Lancaster. Pass attempt down low to Cannon, whistle and a foul. Turnover for the Dinos as they tried to get the ball down to Cannon and then knocked away, and turnover number 11 for the Dinos here in the first half.
And it was one of those plays, Sonny, where you got a little too caught up in what it was designed to be and not looking for what was open. Lancaster was wide open in the corner, and you're looking for a certain thing, and sometimes you get tunnel vision. You only see what you want to see and not what else is going on the court.
Dak Anderson goes around Warburton, gets in the paint, puts it up and in. Anderson with 12. 28-19. Danger time right now for the Dinos. They can't let this game get away.
Yeah, they need to start a run of their own right now, Sonny. This one might be out of reach.
Ball knocked away. Whistle and a foul. Who's the foul on? Foul on Manti. Foul on Dak Anderson. It'll be his first. Team foul number 4
Well,
the Dinos will throw it in on the side.
And you speak of out of reach. That's what happened on that foul. Wrapped him up. Just got whistled for it. Manti they're really struggling with foul trouble today, as are the Dinos. But this quarter, it's been a bulk of the Templars committing those crimes.
Warbert with the ball past the half-court stripe, comes right side, gives it off to Branch. Branch bounce pass down low to Bennett. It's knocked out of bounds by Manti. 3:31 left to play first half. 28-19 Templars with the lead. Carbon with the ball. Bennett will throw it in, and it comes to Cannon. Cannon swings it over to Warburton. Warburton kicks it outside to Bennett. Fakes the three, whistle, and a foul. That was a hard foul. He was just jumping to get the block.
Yeah, it didn't have any malicious intent behind it.
No.
Definitely a basketball play. But he did kind of drop that shoulder as he drove in. Kind of one of those 50-50 balls up to the ref to decide how he wants to call it. Is he going to keep it regular or is he going to keep it flagrant? Either way, the Dinos are going to be headed to the charity stripe.
3 shots for the Carbon Dinos. Logan Bennett goes to the free throw line. 3:25 left to play. They can cut this lead to 6 if he can walk up here and hit all 3 of them. And the first one by Logan is good. Dinos shooting 40% from the free throw line so far tonight, 4 for 10. Bozzoni into the ball game. Lancaster comes out for the Dinos. The free throw shooting has to get better, Aiden. It does.
Yeah, whichever team can figure out the free throw shooting problem first is the one who's going to come away with the win tonight.
It was in the corner. I thought it was a 3. They say it was only a 2, and the second free throw is no good. But the Dinos get the basketball on the baseline as Manti steps out of bounds.
I think what they called it was a 5th foul anyway, so they called more of the contact, not the shot.
Cannon Mortensen, in it comes to Bennett. Bennett swings it to Bozzoni, over to Warburton. Wide open for 3, good. Wide open from the right wing. You can't give Carter that shot. 28-23 at 6.
That one barely moved the net. It was beautiful. It was a teardrop.
Shot in the lane, up and no good by Anderson. Rebound Dinos. Here comes Warburton quickly down the floor. Shovels it off to Bennett for 3. No, short off the front of the rim, no good. Had the right angle, just short. It looked like it was going from where we were at.
It did. From our angle, it looked like it was going to fall, but then it was like watching a field goal in any TV broadcast. It looks like it's going to be good, and then it veers.
So, Manti will throw the ball in front of the Dino bench, and then it comes to Anderson. Dak with it, guarded by Bozzoni. Top of the circle, now drives in the paint, puts up a runner. That's a charge. That's a good play. That's a great play by Carter Warburton. He took the hit. He stood right above the bottom block and drew the charge.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Sonny. That was a beautiful play by Carter. That's someone who's willing to lay his body on the line for the team, because being on the receiving end of a few of those charges, they hurt. You're going to be feeling that.
You know, we say that the charge call is the toughest call for the refs, but that one was easy.
Yeah, no, that one I think, a partially blind person could have seen. You're like, yeah, he's set.
With the basketball, down it goes to Bennett. Bennett back to the basket. Hands it off to Mortensen, off the glass and good. Cannon gets his first basket of the ball game. It's back to 3, and the Dinos now on a little run of their own. 6-0 run, 28-25, 2:26 left to play. Spin move in the plane, no good. Whistle and a travel. So the Dinos get it back with the chance to cut it to 1 or possibly tie with a 3.
Sometimes I feel like a sign language interpreter up here. I'm trying to relay to you what they're doing. I'm waving my arms. But yeah, we said it was danger time for the Dinos, and this is what we saw in North St. Pete.
They responded.
They respond.
And it comes to Bennett, back to Warburton, breaks the press by the dribble. Swings it over to Mortensen for 3, no good. Nice offensive rebound by Ty Mortensen. It was too easy for him. It caught him by surprise. He couldn't get it to go. Fast break the other way. Alder counted in a foul. That was 2 points on the Dinos that got denied, and then Manti comes on the fast break the other way and gets the 2 and 1.
It's one of those times where the ghosts affect your shot. You feel like you're wide open, and then just there's a creeping feeling that something is going to go wrong, and the ball rolls around. You get in your own head a little too much, but Alder has found his stride here in the second. He's got 5 in the frame.
Well, it just catches you by surprise, Aiden, and you lose your rhythm because you're expecting.
Yeah, it feels a little too easy.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Warburton breaks the press. Ahead it goes to Cannon Mortensen. Outside of Bozzoni, fakes the 3, drives inside off his leg, turnover. Now they scramble for it. And the Dinos get it back. Warburton with it to Mortensen. Back to Warburton. Nice hustle that time by the Dinos to get the ball back after the turnover. One turnover back and forth for both teams.
If it works, it works.
Warburton goes around the screen set by Cannon. Drives in the paint, kicks it outside to Ty. Ty Mortensen in the paint, no good. Rebound, whistle, and a foul on Manti.
I love the hustle of the Mortensens. Cannon, Ty, whoever it may be, they're always fighting for those offensive boards. And now with Logan Bennett back in the lineup, this is a formidable rebounding squad. And Ty shows that right there. He hustles for the rebound, gets the putback attempt, and gets fouled on the way. Now it's going to come up to him at the line.
Taz Hill picks up his third foul, and will be shooting free throws both ways for the rest of the 134 left to play in the quarter. As Ty Mortensen comes out of the ball game.
And it's crazy to think, Sonny, normally these games are almost over by now. It's 7:40. We're not even done with the first half. I love this style of basketball.
Second free throw up and good by Ty. His first two of the ball game at the free throw line, 31-27. Dinos have cut this lead back to 4 now. 1:27 left to play here in the first half. With the ball to Parker Anderson. Swings it over the right side to Rasmussen. Rasmussen hands the ball off to Mortensen. Mortensen finds a gap to the basket, lay it up and in. Nice play by Mortensen. He has 3. Dinos quickly back the other way. It goes to Bennett. Bennett has the ball knocked away in a turnover for the Dinos. Turnover number 13. That's a lot of turnovers in the first half, Aiden, for the Dinos, but they're only down 6 points.
They are. They've been playing good defense to make up for those turnovers. If you can shore up the turnover battle, you're looking at a team who would be up right now.
Manti with the unforced turnover. Goes back to the Dinos with 53 seconds left to play in the first half. Branch checking into the ball game. Coming out will be Bennett. Good first half for Logan. Bizzoni with the basketball between the circles. Takes it right side. It goes to Warburton on the baseline right. Guarded by Parker Anderson. Gives it to Lancaster. Lancaster back. It goes to Warburton from Mortensen. 17 on the shot clock. Back to Bizzoni. Drives in the paint. Puts up a runner. No good. Whistle and a foul and free throws. Jackson Bizzoni will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. With 31 seconds left to play. And the Dinos down 6.
And I like the Dinos' approach right now on the offensive side of the things. They're milking that shot clock for all it's worth. They're doing a good job limiting Manti's offensive possessions. That really throws them out of rhythm. This is a team who's used to be playing fast-paced basketball. So if you can slow them down, and it really makes them frustrated. It makes them struggle a little bit on the offensive end when they do get their opportunities.
Bizzoni's first free throw up and no good. Second free throw, good. Bizzoni gets his first points of the ball game. 33-28. Shot clock off. 22 on the game clock here in the first half. With the basketball and dribbling it, it is Parker Anderson. Stands at the top circle, and they'll wait for the clock to run down. Dinos go and get him. Bizzoni goes up, puts some pressure on him down to 10. 9 seconds left. Parker drives inside, puts up a shot, whistle, and a foul, and free throws.
And, that's a best-case scenario for Manti. You're not going to get the shot to fall, but you are going to get an opportunity at the free throw line. Luckily for Carbon right now, Manti has struggled from the charity stripe. They have a chance now to have them waste an empty possession and get the ball back with 5 seconds left.
Definitely, though, I believe, now I'm just going off the top of my head here, but this is the most free throws we have seen in the first half, I think, of any game. The Dinos have shot 15, Manti has shot 13, so we have 28 free throws in the first half.
Yeah, normally we see those numbers at the end of the game, rarely in just the first half, so both teams really playing aggressive.
Second free throw by Parker is good. He goes 1 for 2. Dinos with the basketball. 1 second left. 3-point shot, no good at the buzzer, and that's where we sit.
A good first half from both of these teams, but right now turnovers and free throws have been the story of the game, as neither team able to convert at the charity stripe as effectively as I'm sure their coaches would like, but turnovers for the Dinos really plaguing them right now. That's been the downfall of this team. They've had a lot of turnover problems, but they still managed to keep it within 6 points. So it's really going to be up to the second half adjustments to be able to overcome those self-inflicted wounds.
So at the end of one, Manti led 19-17. Manti outscores the Dinos 15-11 in the second quarter, and that's where we sit here. It's halftime at Carbon High School. Manti 34 and the Carbon Dinos 28. When we come back, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging, North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636-X-ray. That's 636-9729.
Drive into savings with Desert View Federal Credit Union. If your vehicle's introductory rate just expired and you're looking at a scary new payment, it's time to get to Desert View Federal Credit Union. They offer competitive refinancing options that will keep your payments manageable. Plus, the knowledgeable staff at Desert View Federal Credit Union will make the transition smooth and hassle-free. Don't let high rates speed off with your cash. Take control of your finances. Visit Desert View Federal Credit Union today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com. Discover peace of mind with Dawn's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents, ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Dawn's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
When it comes to doing spring projects around the house, I like to do it myself.
You mean we. You, me, and Central Commission. Honey, you know you're all thumbs.
Guilty. So that's why we get all the helpful advice from Central Commission needed to get our DIY projects done right.
Plus all the lumber, hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and more at just one store. And at prices we can afford.
See the helpful pros today at Central Commission, North Main Street, Helper.
435-472-5579.
Carbon High School basketball on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Halftime. Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where you need to be for Carbon Sports. It's Carbon Dino basketball tonight. Tomorrow night, the Lady Dinos will battle Emory. And then Friday night, we'll have more Carbon Dino basketball as we'll go to Emory and the Carbon Dinos play the Emory Spartans on the boys' side.
Yeah, it's a really exciting week. I love these rivalry games, Sonny. It's always my favorite part of the season, especially between these two teams. A very storied history between these two schools, and it's always fun seeing them out there competing against each other.
So tonight, halftime, Manti 34, the Carbon Dinos 28. Let's take a look at some halftime stats. First, for Manti, leading the way, Dak Anderson. You know, he's averaging 13 points a game. We talked about him in the pregame show. We said the Dinos are going to have to slow this guy down. Well, he's averaging 13. He had 12 in the first half.
But I think it's important to note, Sonny, that he only had 2 in that second quarter. After that 10-point explosion in the first, they did a good job of keeping him contained.
Lincoln Alder had a great game against the Dinos the first time we played. We talked about that in the pregame show as well. Felt like that he was the difference in the game last time they played Manti. Alder has had a great game. Here in the first half tonight, 6 points.
Yeah, and he finished with 21 points in that previous matchup against Carbon. So the fact that they've been able to hold him to 6, all of those points coming in the second quarter, is a testament to how much this team has improved in such a short time. That game, Sonny, was only 26 days ago, so less than a month when the last time these two teams met. So they're doing an excellent job competing with the Templars, who last time came away with a 20-point win. And right now, both teams battling for position.
Senior Parker Anderson has 5 points in the first half. Stone Mortensen come off the bench with 4 points, and Kobe Rasmussen with 3 points. Both of them came off the bench, and we immediately called their names. So it's coaches have to love when you bring somebody off the bench and they immediately impact the game.
Yeah, and that's going twofold for both of these teams. You're seeing a lot of bench impact players. These aren't teams that just run 5 deep. These are teams that run 8 to 10 deep. They get everyone involved in the action, and they're doing an excellent job distributing the ball, keeping the offense going despite what personnel they have on the floor.
Taz Hill, 2 points in the first half. He's in a little bit of foul trouble. He has 3 fouls. And Kobe Simons with 2 points in the first half as well. They shot 8 for 14 from the free throw line, and Manti with 7 turnovers.
And the fact that they were 8 for 14 is a little shocking to me, Sonny. It felt, as the game went on, that they were missing a lot of those free throw shots, but obviously they are doing a pretty good job of converting at the line, and that's an area where the Dinos desperately are needing to improve right now. If they want to come back into this one, you can't let free throws continue to be the difference maker when it's happened time and time again already to you.
Taking a look at the Carbon Dinos, leading the way so far in the first half, Logan Bennett with 6 and Carter Warburton with 6.
And, I've loved the play of Logan Bennett. He was a spark plug in the first quarter. They held him in check in the second, but that's when Carter was able to explode out onto the scene. So that guard duo has really helped this team offensively.
Kyler Orth with 4 points, and Carter Branch comes off the bench with 4 points as well.
And, I like the bench and the starting scoring. I like the equal distribution between the two.
Then comes Evan Lancaster with 3. He has 1 3 in the ball game. Cannon Mortensen with 2. Ty Mortensen with 2. Jackson Bozzoni with 1 for the Carbon Dinos. For a total of 28 points in the first half. The Dinos shot 7 for 15 from the free throw line, and they had 13 turnovers. So if there's anything you're going to circle for the Dinos, you should circle the 7 for 15 from the free throw line and the 13 turnovers.
And unfortunately, Sonny, those are things that we've been circling in these close games very often, more often than you'd like, especially if history is going to continue to keep repeating itself. You got to come away with a takeaway here that you need to improve in those 2 areas. And, you're running out of time, Sonny. You got the postseason right around the corner. This is a team who has the potential to make some noise. Now, whether or not they act on that potential is going to be up to the players on the court, and it's going to come down to free throws and turnovers.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for second half action. You have been listening to the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Show. 34-28, Manti with the lead here at Carbon High School when we return.
You're looking for somewhere you can be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
This is Dave
and Ryan
from Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen.
On the big screen. At the King Cole Theaters.
And action. Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better on the big screen.
Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters.
Carbon High School basketball on KRPX 95.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino basketball. That's the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. Second half action getting ready to begin here. 34-28, Dinos trail Manti. You have some scores.
Yeah, I do. On our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. At the halftime break, the Falcons up 30-18 over the Emory Spartans. That one's down in Cedar City. Halftime in Richfield. The Wildcats up 37-17 over North San Pete. Juab up 31-19 over the Delta Rabbits. And Kanab up over Beaver 27-21.
Some scores from around the state here. Once again, 34-28. Manti with the lead here at Carbon High School. Tomorrow night, the Lady Dinos take the floor against the Emory Spartans. Then Friday night, the boys will be back in action up at Emory High School taking on the Spartans. So we got lots of basketball coming up in the next 2 days. Keep it right here on 95.3 The Peak and KOAL 107.3 FM and 7:50 AM for all the action around the area. And we are ready for the start of the second half. And Carter Mason has the basketball. Mason gives it to Parker. Dak back outside of Mason. Swings it over in the corner to Parker Anderson. Parker to Dak Anderson. On the baseline. Finds a little gap. Charge. That's a nice call, I believe. I think Cannon had a good position there. Just standing there. Aggressive move, ran over the top of him. They called the charge, and we come the other way.
He did. Cannon did a good job of selling that, too. He sold the contact. Although it looked like it only caught his leg, Cannon made it look like it was a full-body experience as Carbon gets to retain possession now.
With the basketball, it's Warburton. Swings it over to the left side. It goes to Lancaster. Lancaster holds, gives it back to Warburton, top circle. Resets the offense. Nobody comes up and gets him. 20 on the shot clock. Still dribbling. Now comes to the three-point line. Fakes the three, gives it over to Cannon. Cannon has a wide open drive to the basket on the baseline right and lays it up and in. I almost thought for a second he was going to try to dunk it.
Oh, you
and he decided, I'm just going to take the easy two.
I thought he was about to throw it down, and we were going to have a highlight play.
34-30. Here's a three-point shot up good. Three-point shot down the barrel by Parker Anderson makes it 37-30. Manti answers back with a play of their own.
And Anderson has some words for the student section as he runs back down the court. That's a group that's been chirping all night long.
Swing it over to the left side with the ball. Cross court over it goes to Warburton. Warburton to Mortensen. Whistle and a reach foul on Parker Anderson. Parker's second team foul for Manti.
And right now, Manti, knowing that Carbon has really struggled with their free throws, they're not worried about reaching that 5-foul threshold. They know that Carbon might not be able to convert on all the opportunities they have at the charity stripe, so they're taking advantage of very aggressive defense play.
Lancaster for three, no good. Rebound out of bounds, it will go to Manti. Good look at the basket, just couldn't get it to drop.
And it was good hustle by Orth after the play, just couldn't catch up to it in time. Manti did a good enough job boxing him out that it slowed him down just enough to watch that ball gently roll.
Swing over the right side, Manti with the basketball, and it's Dak Anderson. To Mason for three, good. Carter Mason with this first basket and two quick threes. And all of a sudden that 4-point lead is back up to 10, 40-30.
And, it's one of those times where it's danger time for the Dinos yet again. You can't have the bad quarter right now. You need to stay in this one. And they have a chance on the offensive side right here.
Cannon Mortensen kicks it outside. Lancaster for three. No good. Offensive rebound. Bennett won't go, but a whistle and a foul. I thought he had a chance for a three-point play.
I thought he did too. It did that touch every point of the basket except for the part where you want, which is the bottom. And it falls harmlessly to the ground. But luckily he was hit hard on that shot, so he will have a chance at the line to earn at least two.
At the free throw line, Logan Bennett. He's got 6 in the ball game. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 1. No good. And the free throw woes continue for the Carbon Dinos. 7 for 16 from the free throw line tonight.
Anything I add on to that sign is going to sound like beating a dead horse, a broken record. Just, you really have to convert on these opportunities. It's a wasted possession if you don't.
Second free throw up and good. Bennett has 7. 40-31.
And I will say, that is a good way to get yourself going by making one of those shots. They just need to do it at a higher volume. But now that Bennett has his confidence going again with that made free throw, he could be dangerous the rest of this game.
Mason with the ball, guarded by Bennett. Mason still with the ball right side. Splits the defenders, picks up his dribble, gives it to Rasmussen. Back out to Bennett. Cross-court pass is stolen by the Carbon Dinos, and we come the other way. With it, it's Cannon Mortensen. Drives inside, kick it out to Warburton. Warburton holds three-point line, drives inside, picks up his dribble, back out to Cannon, swings it over to Lancaster. Runner, good. Nice ball movement that time by the Dinos. Lancaster with 5, and it's down to 7.
And when they can get going with that ball movement, they really get going. They have excellent court vision. They just need to have some consistency to it.
Dak Anderson has the ball knocked away by Orth. He gets it back. Spin move in the paint. Shot up, no good. Partially blocked, and the rebound comes down to Cannon Mortensen. Ahead to Lancaster. Down the left side he comes. Picked up there by Mason. Gives the ball outside to Warburton to Cannon Mortensen. Drives inside. Kicked. Comes back outside to Warburton. Hands it off to Bennett. Touches every part of the rim and comes out no good. And rebound Manti. Fast break the other way. Nice lead pass. Ahead to Dak Anderson. Whistle and a foul. And free throws for Anderson. He will shoot 2.
And Anderson is so good at those gravity-defying layups. He seems to hang in the air as he waits for just the perfect time to put up a shot. As if any other point of that motion, he goes up. He's getting blocked by Warburton into the second row. But here he hangs in the air, stays patient, puts it up. He gets fouled and can't make it, but he does earn a trip to the line.
First foul of the quarter for the Dinos, however, that is foul number 3 on Carter. And at the free throw line, Anderson puts the first free throw in. And he'll come out of the ball game with his 3 fouls.
And of all the players on the court who you could send to the line, you don't want to send Dax Anderson there.
Anderson's second free throw is up and good as well, and he has 14.
And the Dinos, again, watching this lead nearly slip to double digits as they just keep, every time they seem to get something going, Manti will respond in kind. And that's what makes a good team. You know, you don't need to blow other teams out. You just need to keep pace if you have that advantage.
Mortensen gives it to Bennett, to Lancaster. Turnaround shot from the free throw line. Won't go. And the rebound comes down to Mortensen, who just checked into the game. Mortensen ahead to Alder. Alder with a pass underneath the Bogus, and they're going to call the foul and a chance for a 3-point play. And Bogus will go to the free throw line. Landon for looking for his first points of the game.
And the referee down there doing just about every signal. It was a little confusing to watch, so I'm glad you understand what was going on there. He was throwing out the charge. He was throwing out the block. Looked like he was just doing a new dance trend. You know, he's getting ready for the return of TikTok.
So at the free throw line, Landon Bogus to shoot, but there's a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with him. 4:16 left to play in the third quarter. Manti 44, Carbon 33. 95-3 the Peak. This is where you need to be for Carbon Sports. It's Dino basketball tonight.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. 44-33 the score. Manti up 11 here in the third quarter. We'll have some scores from around the state here in a minute. Aiden will get us some updates.
Yeah, looking at the updates right now, after 3, Richfield up over North Sanpete by 22, 52-30. Down in Kanab, the Cowboys up 42-34. And in Juab, the Wasps up 53-39 over the Delta Rapids. That lead was much bigger at halftime, starting to slip away from them.
Richfield once again playing good again tonight.
They always do.
Free throw by Bogus is up, and it is good. Landon has 2 points in the ball game as he goes to the free throw line and walks in and hits them both. They are 11 for 17 from the free throw line tonight for Manti. They started shooting their free throws better. They started out not good at the free throw line, but they've hit a few in a row now.
Yeah, no, they've really found their flow from the charity stripe.
Bennett on the baseline. Score. Nice pass from Cannon Mortensen to Logan Bennett. He gets the easy 2. He has 9, 44-35. Dinos need to get a stop here. 3:58 left to play third quarter. Mason with the ball. Goes around Bennett, but Bennett steals it as he goes around him, and it's a turnover for Manti, number 8. Dinos come the other way. It's Lancaster. Picks up his dribble, gives it over to Bassoni on the left side. Zoni picked up there, gives it back to Lancaster, swings it to Bennett. Bennett down underneath to Mortensen. Back to Bennett in the paint, double team, gives it to Orth. Orth splits the defenders, lay it up, count it, and a foul. They're going to say no. He's on the ground.
And Orth has been he's been held quiet this game. He's only got 4 points, and that looked like it was going to be a chance for 6. I thought he was fouled in the air from up in our vantage point, but looks like down on the court they saw things differently as they're going to instead go for the inbound. And like we talked about earlier, they've had mixed results from these baseline out-of-bounds plays, or as the cool kids like to call them, blobs.
Thomas in for Alder, also coming into the ball game for Lancaster is Ty Mortensen, and it comes to Bennett. Bennett gives it to Mortensen, fakes the free throw shot down underneath. It goes to Ty on the baseline. Picks up the dribble. Back outside it goes to Bennett. Bennett fakes. Bounce pass stolen. Turnover for the Dinos. Fast break the other way. 3-on-2. Lay it up. No good. Offensive rebound controlled by Manti. Shot down underneath. Blocked this time by Ty Mortensen. Shot for 3. No good by Rasmussen. And the rebound once again for Manti. Another shot up and no good. They got 5 opportunities. Could not get the ball in the basket. Bogus had an easy look. And now a foul on Manti. Well, that's one of those possessions when you're a coach. You're like, you got 5 good looks at the basket and you just couldn't get it to drop. And then you end the possession by fouling.
Yeah, 5 shots, you can't get to fall, and you pick up your 5th foul. So not only do you not get any points on the board, you send them to get potentially the easiest points of the game. But with Carbon, there is no guarantee from the free throw line.
Kyler Orth at the free throw line, 4 points in the ball game, all in the first half. First free throw up and no good. Dinos are now 8 for 18 from the free throw line.
It's hard to overcome. You can't shoot that poorly from the charity stripe and expect good things to happen, especially when the game's close like this.
Second free throw up and good. 9 for 19. Orth has 5 in the ball game. 9 for 19 as a team for the Carbon Dinos. And Manti with the basketball. In the paint. Alder, shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He was in the act of shooting. So Alder will try to add to his 6 points in the ball game.
Alder has been consistent for the Templars. He's the one who kind of got their free throw shooting streak started, and he's going to look to continue it here at the line as Carbon's turned to the bench for some answers.
Griffith will check into the ball game for the Dinos. The free throw up, and he gets the bounce. Alder with 7.
This will be Griffith's first minutes of the game so far. He's coming off a few really good performances. Him, Jackson Bizzoni, and Carter Branch have all really contributed to this squad.
Second free throw for Alder is up, and it is no good off the front of the rim, and the rebound comes down to the Dinos. It's Griffith. He brings it up the floor himself, gives it to Orth. Orth on the baseline traveled. Lost control of the ball, and when he got it back, he took that extra step. Turnover number 15 for the Dinos. They give it back to Manti.
And there are some situations where you can get away from that. Having the ref right in front of you as you do it is one of those ones where you're not going to get so lucky.
Mason goes all the way. Shot blocked by Griffith. And the rebound comes down to the Dinos. Cannon Mortensen brings it up the floor himself down the right side. Stops at the three-point line. Griffith swings it over to Bizzoni. Ty Mortensen to Cannon Mortensen for 3. No good. Short off the front of the rim, out of bounds. And the ball goes back to Manti, 45-36. That time some good defense by Manti. Really didn't give Carbon a good look at the basket.
They did. They put down the ratchet as they force another turnover from the Dinos. Just not been their night in terms of taking care of the ball. And that was one of the keys to the game we talked about in the pregame.
Mason hands the ball off. It's to Mortensen. Mortensen in the paint from 10. Good. Stone Mortensen just casually dribbles right in the paint, gets about 10 feet from the basket. Turnaround shot, good. Bizzoni with the 3. The other way, good. He gets the roll. Jackson has 4 in the ball game, and it's 47-39. Dinos answer back with a 3. Minute 50 left to play, third quarter, down 8. 3-point shot, baseline right, shot up and no good. That time missed by Thomas. Dinos the other way. 1-on-2. Nobody gets back for the Dinos, and they call a foul on Manti on the ground. As Manti got back on defense and Mortensen got back on offense by himself. He was a 1-on-2.
Yeah, Cannon was facing a lot of pressure from the Templars, and he went up through contact. Now, I do feel confident about him at the line. You look at the pregame warm-ups, you see him and Ty are two of the players who do shoot those free throws during their pregame routine, and it shows right there as he makes the first.
First free throw up and good. Dinos 50% from the free throw line tonight. They've made 10. They've shot 20. One more free throw to come, 47-40 with a minute 40 left to play in the third quarter. And the senior eyes the bucket for free throw number 2. It's no good, in and out, and the rebound comes down to Mortensen, knocked out of bounds, and it'll belong to Manti.
A quick foul the other way against Carter Branch. Goes for the steal. He's playing aggressive.
Called a foul, yeah. I'm sorry.
Playing aggressive defense, and he picks up his first foul of the game. They have one more to give before Manti hits the free throw line, which right now isn't a place where you want to see him.
Sorry, Eden, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I thought it went out of bounds. I didn't realize they called the foul on Branch, and Manti goes through the basket, whistle and a foul. Into the free throw line goes Stone Mortensen.
And Stone Mortensen has made a name for himself driving into the basket here in the third quarter. He's been dominating the paint. He just kind of gets the opportunity to walk in there and get some easy looks at the rim. The Dinos need to tighten up that defense on Stone Mortensen.
Second free throw by Mortensen is good. He has 8 points coming off the bench tonight for the Manti Templars, and it's 49-40. Dinos with the ball. Griffith with it. Gives it to Bozzoni. Bozzoni now comes right side. Dribbles between his legs. Ball knocked away. Stolen by Manti. Fast break the other way and a foul. And free throws. So the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Stone Mortensen. He gave that foul. He knew it was going to be an easy 2, so Cannon with only 2 fouls in the ball game says, I'm going to make you work for it at the free throw line, and that's exactly what Stone Mortensen will have to do. That's the third foul now on Cannon Mortensen.
And it's a good call to go for that foul there, Sonny, but he now has to be aware as we go into the rest of the game where he sits in terms of personal fouls. You can't be picking up that fourth foul in the third quarter. You're going to want to give that one later in the fourth.
Turns out to be a really good foul because the first free throw by Stone Mortensen is up and no good. Second free throw is up, and it is good. And Mortensen with 9.
He's going to make this a 10-point ball game yet again. Carbon cut it down to 7, but every time they do, Manti responds in kind as Lancaster getting his first minutes in this game.
Minute 10 left to play. Driving to the basket. It's Bozzoni, and he finds a little gap and lays it up and in. 50-42. Under a minute left to play. Manti with it. It's Mason checking back into the game. Mason. Pass down underneath. Shot up and no good by Thomas. Offensive rebound up and no good. Rebound Dinos. With the rebounds, it's Cannon Mortensen.
I meant Carlson, Lancaster.
Mortensen on the baseline, out of bounds, off Manti. It was Branch with the rebound who got the ball to Mortensen, and the Dinos will throw the ball in on the baseline.
That was a bit of a lucky break for Carbon there. Nearly stolen away. Again, another turnover as it rolls out of bounds, but Manti did touch it before it goes rolling out.
Mortensen with the ball on the baseline. Gives it to Carlson. Carlson, turnaround move down underneath. Nice pass to Bozzoni. Cutting to the basket. He gets the easy layup. Nice assist by Carlson. 50-44. Dinos have cut this to 2 possessions. A whistle and a foul and free throws. Going to the free throw line once again, Stone Mortensen. You said it. The last couple of times he's taken it aggressively to the basket, and he's being rewarded by going to the free throw line.
He is. He split the last trip 50-50, but now a chance to go a perfect 2 of 2, make this an 8-point ball game yet again. But I don't know if I would have driven to the basket there on that one. You have the shot clock off, a chance for the last shot. He did see his lane, so you got to give him credit for recognizing when he's open, but at the same time, it's one of those calls where he could have gone either way as a player, but as he makes the first one, that decision is looking better and better.
Well, it seems like he's pretty good from the free throw line because he has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. His last 5 points have been from the line. He's now made 6 in a row. So he can shoot the free throw. There's no doubt about it. 52-44. Dinos with the ball. Cannon Mortensen on the baseline. Kicks it outside to Griffith. Steps back to the three-point line. Bounce pass underneath is knocked away. Stolen. Fast break by Manti. 3-on-2. Lay it up and in. Mortensen has come off the bench. He's having himself a quarter. He's got 13 now in the game. Stolen by Manti, but the quarter comes to an end.
Yeah, he's got 10 in the quarter, Sonny. Dylan Mortensen comes off the bench, and he makes his impact felt. He gets to the line with such great efficiency. He converts on those looks, and he cut what was a six-point lead with about 30 seconds left. He increases it to a 10-point advantage for Manti.
Stone Mortensen, the difference in the quarter. He had 4 points at half. He has 13 now. That's a 9-point quarter for Mortensen. We'll take a break. It's 54-44 after 3. Manti with the lead over the Dinos.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
Carbon High School basketball on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Cannon Mortensen, Carter Warburton, Evan Lancaster, Kyler Orth, and Jackson Bozzoni, the 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. 54-44 the score.
I didn't see Logan Bennett standing over on the baseline. I thought they had 4 on the court. He was blending in with the bleachers, but those uniforms, they look nice.
Yes. With the basketball, the Carbon Dinos. Bozzoni swings it over the right side to Warburton. 3-point line guarded closely there, gives it to Lancaster. The lob pass down underneath to Bennett. Bennett puts his shoulder down, uses glass, scores. Nice offensive move by Bennett.
That's one thing about Logan
Got
Bennett.
a little bit of room.
He does. He gets a little bit of room. He can convert on those shots, and you can throw those lob passes to him. He is such an athletic specimen that it doesn't matter where you place that ball. He's going to be able to jump up and grab it.
Manti with the turnover. Unforced turnover. 54-46. Dinos down 8. 7:34 left to play in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a good one. 54-46. Warburton with the ball on the right 3-point line. Now gives it down to Orth. Back to the basket. Back to Warburton. Fakes the 3. Drives the baseline, kicks it out, knocked away, stolen by Manti, and we have another turnover for the Dinos, number 18.
And Dax Anderson checking back into the game. He makes his impact felt immediately.
Mason fakes the 3 on the baseline for Manti, drives inside, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, out of bounds. Jump ball. And it will go to the Carbon Dinos.
One of those ones where, again, it's on the far side of the court. Anything could have been called there.
Oh, wait, they're going to give it to Manti. They didn't switch the possession arrow at the end of the quarter. So Manti gets the ball on the jump ball, and in it comes. Alder drives inside, uses glass, partially blocked, controlled by the Dinos. Coming up with it, it's Ty Mortensen. Gives it to Bozzoni on the baseline, finds a little gap. A whistle and a foul. That's a good call. He was bumped by Lincoln Alder, and it will be foul number 1 to start the quarter for Manti. And Alder picks up his 4th.
And Lincoln Alder in danger time now for himself. He needs to keep this play under control, or he's going to find himself sitting on the bench the rest of the game. Not through any means of the coach, it's just by his foul trouble.
You go at him now because he's going to back off on defense. He doesn't want to pick up his 5th foul. They do that. Carter Warburton takes it right to Alder and lays it up and in, and that's a smart play. 54-48. You go at the guy with the 4th fouls. Alder whistle and a reach foul on Bozzoni. But, yeah, you got a key player for your team with 4 fouls. When you're your opponent, you got to go at him. That was a great play for the Dinos to get an easy 2.
That was a good move by Carter. And a fun ESPN fact about him, he's this game a much better even quarter scorer than he is in odds. In odd quarters, he scored 1 point. In even quarters, he scored 7.
With the basketball, Mason for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Warburton. He looks up the floor. 2-on-2 ahead to Bennett. Bennett off the glass. Count it! And the Dinos are on a little run here. It's 54-50. And they've outscored them 6-0. And the Dinos are pumped up, and you love to see it. As they come to the sidelines with the Manti timeout. 6:11 left to play. 54-50. Manti up 4. And Aiden, great way to start the fourth quarter for the Carbon Dinos.
Oh, yeah, I can't think of a better way for this fourth quarter to start for Carbon than by having this scoring explosion. Carter Warburton, Logan Bennett, they are getting the job done. Logan's got 4 in the quarter, 7 in the half. Warburton has his first points of the second half here. He's up to 8 in the game. The juniors are here to play, Sonny. They're not messing around. They're hungry for a W.
The Dinos off to a good fourth quarter here. As we look at the scoring by quarters, and they haven't had a bad quarter. That's why they're in this game. Manti outscored Carbon 19-17 in the first quarter. They outscored Carbon 15-11 to have a 6-point, 34-28 halftime lead. They outscored Carbon 20-16 in the third quarter to take a 54-44 lead. But the Dinos have outscored Manti 6-0 here in the fourth quarter. It's a 4-point game.
And it's time for them to continue that momentum. They can't let the timeout phase them. But we talked about it pregame, Sonny. The atmosphere here is electric. When the Dinos go on a run, you can feel it throughout the arena.
Manti will throw the ball in front of the scorer's table. We'll have some updates from around the state. Next dead ball for you. Here on 95.3 the P, this is the Peak. This is where the Dinos play. And with the basketball, it's Mason. Mason with the ball. Gives it down underneath to Hill, who's back in the ball game with his 4 fouls. Kick it outside. 3-point shot up. No good. Rebound comes down to the Carbon Dinos. And Hill has 3 fouls, not 4.
And that was a near dagger for Manti that would have brought their lead back up to 7. Touches every point, nearly falls, but bounces back out. Carbon retains possession and another chance to cut into the deficit.
Orth with the ball, swing it right side. It goes to Warburton. Whistle, foul away from the ball, I believe.
That's going to go against Parker Anderson. That's going to be his 4th. So 2 players for the Templars who have those 4 fouls. And those are 2 players, Sonny, who have done a lot of scoring. Parker Anderson has 8. Alder has 7. Both right now with 4 and in danger of being disqualified.
5:37 and running left to play in the game. Manti leads by 4. Orth with the basketball, swings it over to Cannon Mortensen. Double teamed, has the ball knocked away, fast break the other way. Manti on the turnover, lay it up and in. Nice play by Dak Anderson. He has 16 in the ball game, and he had his mind made up. He was taking it the length of the floor, and that's exactly what he did. 56-50.
No fear from the senior on that drive.
Bennett on the baseline. Cross-court pass goes to Cannon Mortensen for 3 short. Whistle and a foul on the ground. It's going to be against Manti. Who's that foul on?
It's going to be against Stone. Mortensen a push in the back as the fouls continue to pile up for Manti. Now, you look at the scoreboard. There are 3 team fouls against the Templars, 2 away from free throws. Now, if there is a time where the Dinos are going to want to make their free throws, it is right now.
And only 1 foul on the Dinos. This is time where they can get very aggressive on the defensive side of the ball. With it, it's Orth. Drives inside, charging call.
And that one was one of those ones where it would have been a tough call, as laying his body on the line was Taj Hill. He looks like he's planted from up here. Down there, looked like he was planted. And based on the crowd reaction, Sonny, I think that's the general consensus in the gym.
56-50. The turnover on the Carbon Dinos is number 20 on the night. 9-4 Manti, and with the basketball, it is Mason. Mason passed a half-court stripe, picked up there by Bennett. Swings it over to the left side. Back to Mason it goes. Maton to Mortensen. Mortensen back to Mason. They play catch now on the right side. Bounce pass down underneath. Beautiful pass by Mason to a cutting Kobe Rasmussen. And he gets the easy 2. 4-0 run now for Manti. Back up to 8, 58-50.
And the Dinos were lulled to sleep by the careful passing back and forth action. The game a catch.
Turnover. Fast break the other way. Count it and a foul. The Dinos turn the ball over and Anderson takes it the length of the floor. Lays it up and in, and the whistle and a foul, 58-50. I don't think they've put the 2 up yet. So it's going to be 60-50 with a free throw.
And Anderson flexes as he gets that shot to fall, rightfully so. He goes up through heavy contact, and Orth picks up his 4th foul. So 3 players in this ball game who have 4 fouls. It's going to come down to who wants it more here. And right now, Manti has responded with a great run of their own.
Scoreboard still says 58-50, but I think it should be 60, correct?
It should. I clicked the +2 on the virtual scoreboard. Plug for that. Castle Country Sports Carbon on YouTube. You can follow along with the audio and virtual scoreboard of this game. And they put the points on the board.
Yep. So 18 points in the ball game for Anderson. He's had a good night. We figured he would. He's averaging 13 points a game. The Dinos cut this game to 4. It was 56-50.
And
54-50. and they've been outscored 6-0 now to make it 60-50. So fourth quarter has been a quarter of runs for both teams. Right now we're back up to 10 again.
And you always hear basketball described as a game of runs, and like you said, that's exactly what is happening right now. You got to hope coming out of this timeout, Carbon can halt the momentum of the Templars and go back on a run of their own. 10 seconds left in the timeout as both teams retake the court. And Anderson is still going to have one shot at the free throw. That has been an area, though, where he hasn't necessarily had his best game.
Bennett, Lancaster, Branch, Orth, Warburton. That's the 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos with 4:25 left to play in the ball game. Dak Anderson at the free throw line trying to make it 19. The senior eyes the bucket. It's good.
Another thing to keep in mind right now, Sonny, is the Dinos have one more timeout. Manti has 4.
3-3 on the foul situation. 61-50 now. Manti up 11. As I said, the Dinos cut that lead to 4. It's a 7-0 run now for Manti. Warburton with the basketball. 3-point line. Gives it over to Bennett. Bennett, 3-point line on the right side. Hands it off to Orth on the baseline. Strong move. Lay it up. Whistle and a blocking foul on Alder. And that's going to be Alder's 5th foul, and he will be done for the night.
And they did what we wanted him to do, Sonny. They took it right at the player with 4 fouls, and it takes Alder out of the game. Orth a little slow to get up there. He's walking gingerly on the knee. He wears a brace on. He's taking a breather, says he can keep going. He knows that if he doesn't take these 2 free throws, that he would be unable to re-enter competition. And with his scoring ability, it's going to be something where they're going to want to keep him in the game.
The scoreboard said 4 fouls. The foul was on Alder, but it still says 4 fouls, and he's staying in the game. So maybe the scoreboard was wrong, or are they missing something here? Because Alder was getting ready to walk off the court,
and he
turned around. The free throw by Orth is up and good.
Yeah, so, now that you mention it, Sonny, this makes no sense. Nate, I think your guess is the best that the scoreboard had it wrong. Yeah. Scorebook had him at only 3 fouls.
Yep. Free throw was good for Orth, and he has 7 in the ball game. 61-52. Alder with 4 fouls and stays in the game. Swing it over the right side. It goes to Dak Anderson. Picked up there by Lancaster. Goes to the basket. Laid up. No good. Offensive rebound by Alder. Kicks it out to Mortensen for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Cannon Mortensen. A reach foul on Alder. And now that is foul number 5.
And if you wanted to use that 5th foul on something, it definitely wasn't that, Sonny. He gets tangled up in a fight for a rebound where he would have been better off just letting the Dinos have it, because now not only do the Dinos get a shot at the free throw line, they also disqualify Alder from the game as he exits with 7 points. So that's a scorer and a good defensive presence that Manti loses with that loss.
So at the free throw line, Cannon Mortensen, free throw, good, got the bounce. 6 in the ball game for Cannon.
And Cannon, one of those players in the pregame where you do see him warming up with some free throws, so you feel really good about him stepping to the line here.
Second free throw up and well, and good as well. 61-54, back to 7. Dinos can get a stop here and cut it to 2 possessions. Manti in the paint, shot up and no good. Rebound comes down to Mortensen. Shot by Heel, couldn't get it to go. And it goes to Bennett. Bennett on the baseline. Picked up there, swings it outside. Warburton for 3. Air ball, but it goes right to Lancaster. And Lancaster has the putback. Warburton's 3 was an air ball, and it went right to Lancaster for the 2, 61-56.
Sometimes it's best to refer to that as a pass, even though it was a shot attempt.
3-point shot up, no good, off the back of the iron. Rebound. Whistle and a foul on the ground on Mortensen.
Yeah, that's going to be his 4th, as he, again, a lot of these fouls later in the foul situation are coming on fouls where it's a little discipline thing. Uncharacteristic mistakes from these players, as now the Dinos have 2 players with 4 fouls, both Orth and Mortensen sitting in that danger zone. For Manti right now, the only player with 4 fouls is Parker Anderson.
And Parker checks back into the ballgame for Manti. Strong to the basket, shot up off the glass, no good. And the offensive rebound by Hill. He missed a shot and got it back. Dak Anderson drives inside. Nice pass underneath the Rasmussen. He'll score. Offensive rebounding, the difference in that possession, 63-56, 2:39 left to play. Cannon Mortensen for three. Shot up, it was a quick three, nobody under the basket for the Dinos, and the rebound comes down to Manti, and then a reach foul on the Dinos. So free throws for both teams the rest of the way.
And the problem Carbon runs into right now, Sonny, is that both their paint protectors, Orth and Mortensen, sit at 4 fouls. And Manti is a team that likes to drive the ball inside. That is really dangerous. Both of these players like contesting those shots. So that's gonna take a lot of energy out of their game.
They have to play their game, though. Carbon's down. We'll see if this free throw goes in, and it does. So they're down 8 with 2:34 left to play, so they have to play their game. If they foul out in this situation, they foul up, but they have to continue to play.
Yeah, no, you can't let them get anything easy at the basket. I think that's the biggest thing, like you said.
Hill's second free throw up and no good as the first one went. 64-56. Here come the Dinos the other way. Ball knocked away in a turnover. We come the other way for Manti. Fast break. Anderson ahead of the pack, lays it up and in. He has 21.
He's going off tonight, and when he got going early in the game, and he's continued that momentum throughout, he's just hard to stop. They held him to a single basket in the second quarter. That was his lowest scoring effort, but he had 4 in the third, and now he's up to 7 in the fourth quarter.
Dinos try to get the ball down in the paint. Another turnover. Fast break. Parker Anderson with the layup. And now Manti starts to blow this game open now. 68-56 with 1:56 left to play.
And we talk about bad quarters. This has been a bad second half of the final frame. Things have just fallen apart for them. They're looking uncharacteristic. Lots of mistakes happening that you normally don't see from the Dinos.
It was 54-50. Dinos made a run. Shot up and no good by the Dinos. Rebound Manti the other way. Fast break, laid up and in. Anderson, this Parker Anderson, he has 12, and it's 70-56 with 1:29 left to play. Timeout, Carbon.
And you have to use that last timeout there. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. You've given up a massive run to the other team. Like you said, this was 54-50 with about a minute gone from the fourth quarter, and since then, they've just kind of beat the wheels off the Dinos.
They've been outscored 16-6, the Carbon Dinos have, since that 54-50 score.
Yeah, 6-0 run, and Manti responds in a much bigger fashion as they really need to get something going. You got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. You're going to need to get everything firing on all cylinders, the offense, the defense, and you got to find some way to make Manti miss at the free throw line, and that's the hard thing because it's near impossible to do that without getting an interference call.
Where they're shooting free throws for the rest of the quarter, so if you're Dinos, you think that you have to make the game longer. You got to foul. You got to extend the game to try to get back into it. With a minute, what was it again? Minute 36 left to play,
minute 36.
I believe.
Minute 36.
Yeah,
minute
you got to
26.
foul and hope they miss some free throws, and then come down and hit a couple of threes and get some baskets for the Dinos. But you got to put them on the free throw line now, or they'll just run the clock out. You got to foul.
And you've taken a lot of time out of the game, so you have to rely on a little bit of that element of luck right now, which is something you never want to find yourself doing with 1:28 left to go, down 14. You need 5 threes and a bunch of free throw misses from the Templars. Can it happen? Yes.
Sure.
Is it likely? Unfortunately not.
Dinos need to get a basket on this possession. Minute 26 left to play, down 14. Bennett with the ball, swing it over to Mortensen. Drives the baseline, back outside to Bennett. Bennett drives in. Ball knocked out of bounds, Dino basketball. Minute 17 left to play, but they got to shoot quick.
Yeah, you can't have those possessions. I know that's where you found your game right now, but you need to get the fastest shot possible right now. You're not operating with time on your side.
And it comes back to Cannon. Cannon sweeps it to Bennett. Cross-court pass to Warburton. Drives inside. Back over to Lancaster. Down to 1:10. Lancaster steps back. 10-foot shot off the glass. No good. Rebound Bennett. He puts it up. No good. Rebound Orth. No good. Whistle and a foul. 1:02 left to play. To the free throw line to shoot 2 goes Kyler Orth.
And Sonny, I'm all about making the extra pass. I like getting your teammates involved, but right now, if you have any separation at all from your defender, you need to be taking something and have everyone else crashing the board.
Got to give Manti credit, though. There wasn't much separation. That was pretty good defense by the Templars.
They did. You got to give them credit for that.
Free throw up and good by Orth. He has 8 in the ball game. Dinos have shot 26 free throws tonight. They've made 15. Second free throw up and good for Orth as well. He has 9. 70-58. Dinos need a turnover to see if they play full court pressure. It looks like they will.
They're going offense, defensive substitution, as well as Carlson checks into the game.
55 seconds left to play. 70-58. Dinos just playing defense, not fouling. 3-point shot up, good. 3-point shot by Anderson has 24 for Dak, and it's 73-58 with 40 seconds left to play. Mortensen, 3-point line. Thought about the three, changes his mind. Underneath it goes to Carlson. Shot up and in. Carlson gets his first basket of the ball game, 73-60. 27 seconds left to play, shot clock off. Dinos will just fall back, and Manti will hold. This game will probably end 73-60. Ball on the ground picked up by Manti, 14 seconds left.
Yeah, your time to foul has run out. You should have been doing that when you had the chance. There's no point in doing it now with 5 seconds left on the clock.
So the game will end 73-60. Carbon Dinos fall short tonight to Manti. They had this game down to 4, 54-50 at one point in time. But Manti comes out with a 19-point fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a lot of hope in the air after that initial bout from Carbon. They came out swinging, and they nearly took the lead in this game. But after that, it was all Manti as they come away with the 73-60 victory over the Dinos.
We'll take a break. When we come back. Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. Again, the final score tonight, Manti 73, Carbon 60.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects, or are you already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. We are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come visit us at 82 West Main Street in Price and let us show you what opening an account with Cache Valley Bank can do for you.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. The number 13 ranked RPI Manti Templars come in and knock off the 14th ranked Carbon Dinos tonight, 73-60 here at Carbon High School. And the Dinos gave it all they had. They had Manti. It was a 4-point game there halfway through the fourth quarter, 54-50.
That it was. You opened the quarter on a 6-0 run, but then as it has happened time and time again, Sonny, a bad quarter happened. They played a good first half, but when they find those situations where the wheels fall off the bus, it's just hard to come back from, as they give up an immediate run after that. They only score 4 points after that initial run, and just they do themselves in with turnovers, and then just some strange decisions happening at the end of the game. Manti did a good job, to their credit, not allowing any separation on their man on the defensive side of the ball. But still, you got to think it's one of those situations where you're trying to get shots off as quick as possible and crash the boards. I love the ball movement from the Dinos, but that's not the situation where you're going to want to waste some time letting that ball wander around the perimeter, trying to get the most open shot possible. You need to just get something up, and you need something up fast, and they just didn't do it there. And then on the defensive side of things, they didn't commit any fouls to extend this game. They just let Manti kind of dribble out the clock.
Final score once again, 73-60, Manti with the win. We'll have some scores from around the state here before we go off the air tonight, but let's take a look at some stats. First for the Manti Templars, leading the way, Dax Anderson. He had 24 points in the ball game, Aiden. Just a fantastic game. 12 in the first half, 12 in the second half. Consistent game for Anderson all the way around.
Yeah, and they did a good job holding him in check in the second and third quarters, but the first and fourth quarter, Sonny, is where he really exploded. Started the game well, ended the game well, finishing with 24, and he just had everything open for himself tonight.
I know last game we thought Alder made the difference in the ball game. Tonight, I kind of think Stone Mortensen comes off the bench tonight and has 13 points, 4 in the first half, 9 in the second half. I think he was a huge difference for Manti tonight.
I think so, too, and especially his consistency at the free throw line. That was one area going into the halftime break where it felt like they needed to really shore that up if they wanted to win. Whatever team could figure out how to shoot free throws and make them first was going to be the team that came away with the win tonight, and thanks to Stone Mortensen, Manti made that exact thing happen.
Well, 6 of his 8 points in the second half came from the free throw line. Stone with a great night tonight, 13 points, and then Parker Anderson, the senior guard, 12 points as well.
Yeah, it's hard to stop a team when they have so many scoring threats on the court at any given time. And Manti, they're liable to explode any given night, and that's what makes them dangerous, especially when tournament time starts rolling around.
Lincoln Alder had 7 points tonight, fouled out with 3:41 left to play in the game, kind of got in some foul trouble. Wasn't as much of a factor as he was the last time these two teams played. Might have been the foul situation that he got into, but nevertheless, 7 points tonight for Alder. Kobe Rasmussen comes off the bench. He has a good night off the bench and scores 7 points as well as only averaging 2.6 points per game. So a great night once again for Kobe Rasmussen coming off the bench.
Yeah, you like when you can get those bench contributors involved in the game. They get the thing started, and they can really help you keep some consistency on the floor. So when they can go off, that's a big bonus for you.
Carter Mason had 3 points in the ball game. He only scored 3 points, but he had a lot to do with this win tonight. He plays good defense. He's all over the floor. He's making plays other than putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and that's what you like from a player. Even if it's not their night scoring-wise, they can have impacts on the other areas of the game. As a coach, those are the kinds of players you love to have.
Yeah, he's averaging 12 points per game, but Stone Mortensen makes up for his and steps up and does good on the offensive side, and Mason just does everything else tonight. Hill ended up with 3 points in the ball game, and then Bogus with 2, along with Simons with 2. They shot 19 for 28 from the free throw line tonight, and they had 10 turnovers, the Manti Templars.
Yeah, Manti did a good job taking care of the ball throughout the game. They entered the contest averaging about 14.5 turnovers per game. Being able to keep it below that and only 1 turnover above that single-digit marker, that's great ball handling from Manti.
Taking a look at the Carbon Dinos leading the way tonight with 13 points, Logan Bennett. He starts tonight after his injury. He was out for a long time and comes in tonight, has 6 in the first half, 7 in the second half, plays a good game, 13 points tonight for the junior Logan Bennett.
He is, and it's been nice to see how quickly he's been able to get back into the swing of things. He does an excellent job maintaining pace. Even after that injury, comes back in, looks like he hasn't missed a stride as he continues to lead the Dinos in scoring.
Kyler Orth coming back from his injury. He had 9 points tonight as well, 4 in the first half, 5 in the second half, for a total of 9 for Orth.
Yeah, the juniors really had their impact felt tonight. I mean, you look at Orth, you look at Bennett, and you look at Carter Warburton. He ended the night with 8.
Yep, 8 points for Carter. And then with 8 points is the sophomore Jackson Bazzoni. He had 8 points tonight as well. Good showing for him. Evan Lancaster with 7 for the Carbon Dinos, 3 in the first half, 4 in the second half. Carter Branch comes off the bench with 4. Cannon Mortensen with 7 points tonight, only 2 points in the first half. They did a good job on Cannon in the first half, did Manti. In the second half, he has 5, 7 points tonight for Mortensen.
And when you have someone like Cannon who's able to score the ball, and he has been doing it all season long, you're going to kind of throw a lot of pressure at him in those early moments of the game, try and keep him contained, because if he gets going very quickly.
Yes.
And he did just that in the second half. Balanced effort there.
Ty Mortensen with 2 points tonight, and Maxwell Carlson with 2 points for the Carbon Dinos for a total of 60 points. There's a couple of stats that you can circle. They were 16 for 27 from the free throw line tonight, and the Dinos had 23 turnovers.
And Sonny, we're starting to sound like a broken record when it comes to those stats. We're going to circle, but that's because those are areas they greatly need to improve in. They had games where they've shown they can make those free throws. They can take care of the ball, but when it comes down to the wire in a game like this, they just haven't been able to complete, with the exception of that North Sanpete game. And, it's hard to say over and over again, but you need to take care of the ball, and you need to make those free throws. And at that point, you got to agree with what Coach Brower says. Those are two categories where it is kind of up to the players.
The free throw situation, Manti 19 for 28, Dinos 16 for 27. So there's 3 points difference in the free throw. The turnover is the big difference tonight, I feel. 13 more turnovers for the Dinos, so that's 13 possessions that the Dinos did not get a look at the basket. 13 more possessions that basically Manti got, and they won by 13 points. So I think that's the difference in the game, is the 23-10 on the turnover side.
I agree with you completely. And if you also look at empty trips to the free throw line, those are essentially turnovers as well. You're going empty, and oftentimes that results in a defensive rebound for the other team. So turnovers, empty free throw trips, it's not a recipe for success, and it usually leads to heartbreaking losses like this one.
So Manti goes to 6-12 on the season, 4-7 overall in region play. Slowly working their way back into things. The Dinos 4-16 overall and 1-10 in region play, and they will play again Friday night. We will go to Emory High School. That's always great. I can't wait. I cannot wait for that game next Friday night. It's going to be fun.
And no matter what the teams look like in these games, no matter what composition you're looking at, Carbon Emory, that's going to bring out the best in both of these squads. They're going to come out and they're going to put on a show for everyone.
We'll take a quick break, and Aiden, you're going to do an interview with Coach Brower as he's on his way up to the booth right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Carbon Dino Basketball.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com. Discover peace of mind with Dawn's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents, ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Dawn's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Drive into savings with Desert View Federal Credit Union. If your vehicle's introductory rate just expired and you're looking at a scary new payment, it's time to get to Desert View Federal Credit Union. They offer competitive refinancing options that will keep your payments manageable. Plus, the knowledgeable staff at Desert View Federal Credit Union will make the transition smooth and hassle-free. Don't let high rates speed off with your cash. Take control of your finances. Visit Desert View Federal Credit Union today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show here on 95.3 The Peak. Aiden Mortensen joined in the Sutherland's broadcast booth by Carbon High head coach Taylor Brower. Coach Brower, always a pleasure to have you on. And, you know, games like this, it's always heartbreaking to lose, but I think there is a lot of positive you can take away from this. And I think let's open up with just the opening thoughts on this game.
You know, I think that we go through these ruts, and we go through, we practice, yesterday's practice was amazing. The kids played hard. They moved the ball well. And then we come out, and we played good in the first quarter for about, 6 minutes. And then we laid an egg. And then we didn't shoot very well in the second quarter. At third and fourth quarters, they are what they are. But, we've got to figure out how to not back down and not, give up leads. We've got to become front runners. We can't give up leads because we're not good yet at coming back consistently. So, and taking that lead again. And that's partly because they've never been in these situations before. That's partly because these kids they've been working really hard, and I appreciate the aggressiveness they had tonight. We played man most of the game, so I appreciate the aggressiveness. I mean, we had a lot of kids with 4 fouls and 3 fouls, so I'll take it, but we've got to be more efficient in the half court. That's definitely for sure. Yeah, and I think the stat you're going to be looking at for the rest of the night in that half court situation, 23 turnovers on the game. You guys come in averaging about 14 a contest. And, it's one of those situations where you talked about it with Jordan earlier today. That's one of those situations where you've given the kids the game plan. You've given them the tools there. It's up to them there to take care of the ball. I would dare say 6 or 7 of those are probably just needless turnovers. There was one where Cannon stole the ball and he threw it off of Kyler's head and then they got the ball back. We've got to realize that ball is gold. And so we've got to run when we can, but in that situation, we just have to hold the ball. Just let everyone run past, and then we'll get the ball, and we'll go down and play half court. But these kids, they want to run, and I want them to run. I want them to get up and down the floor because I feel like we're good at that when we can do it effectively. But the good teams can run when they need to, but also play a half court set and be efficient at that when they need to as well. Yeah, and it feels like at times this season you have those moments where you put it together. I look at the Graham game and where you put it together. You had a complete half-court offense, and you had a complete full-court offense. But in some of these closer games, it just feels like they haven't had the ability to put both of those together. But I think one positive of this game, one is positive of these games. I mean, like you said, they played man-to-man most of this game. They played aggressive defense game. And I think they really did a good job of shutting down a lot of scores. Yeah, well, I mean, Anderson. Yeah, well, Anderson flipped an athlete. I would dare say half of those came off an athlete layups. And we do Manti layups. We know that Manti can do that. And we tried to practice yesterday to get that. And we did a pretty good job yesterday to get back. They outran it because I think we got tired. And they outran the brain started to be like, oh, I don't want to run back. So we've got to focus on that. And I got to get them in better shape for that and something. But we've got to do a better job at it. But we've got to have better confidence to come in to win games. I feel like that's what we really struggle with. I feel like that's what A lot of these games we go into and think we can win. A lot of these games we go into we think we can win. Walk onto the court and know that we're going to win, and that's something we're trying to know.
There were times offensively where it looked like they knew they were going to win. They knew that the ball was going to fall. They were into the basket. So a few times it just feels like things start not going your way. You have the bad bounce, go halfway, turn over, that really gets in your head. You just have to start spiraling out against, so you get a snowball effect going on the offensive side. Yeah, we didn't shoot on the offensive side. Yeah, we didn't shoot very good. We shot in 10 or 20 went 0 for 5. I mean, I was 10 more for 0 for 5. I was like, one of these are going to fall. And they never did. I was like, one of these are going to fall. If we hit 2 3-pointers or even 3 3-pointers, like, we're going to lose by 5, and we're even up because we got down by 4, and we're even up points. So it just comes down to just the confidence to shoot. It comes down to just the next shot. We got to like the next shot, and we got to do the next shot. We got to just now. Let's look ahead for a second. You got Emory coming up on Friday. Always got those big games, and I think the big advantage for you guys in particular is it's not a true road game. Traveling to Emory like a true road game. Yeah, it's not a true road game. I like it. It's not a true road game. I like it. You're right around the corner. You're going to have pretty much your home crowd there in attendance. Your home, it's going to be a fun atmosphere. But looking at Emory, a fun atmosphere. You have some film on them from the last time out. You're going to have some film on them from playing you tonight. Is there anything in particular you guys are going to be keying off in that game? Or is there anything from Emory's defense you're going to be looking to do from what Emory's defense are going to do? No, because I don't want to give it away. No, because I don't want to give it away. Yes, there are some things, but I'm not going to talk about it. Yes, there are some things, but I don't want to know my game plan. I respect the secrecy there. That's the good thing. Right now, you finish the season, you got 3 games going, and honestly, all of them feel like they are winnable games. Yeah, they are. I mean, Canyon has this they are. I mean, Canyon has something out of his hand. So I think he's in a boot right now, so he won't be playing. He's in a boot right now. And that's a long drive for them, but I'm hoping to come out flat. And that's a long drive for them. North Stampede, we can beat. We've beat before. North Stampede, Emory, I think we can beat on Friday. So, but it all comes down to the kids. I'm not the one, but it all comes down to the kids. And that's what people ask me. Well, why win? But people ask me, well, again, so it depends on which team shows up. So now, depends on which team shows up. Before we let you go, sir, anything you want to leave the listeners? No, just keep coming to the games. They'll be fun. Just keep coming to the games. I like the crowd here today. They're always showing. I love the student section. I love the student this game. Thank you again, as always, for taking the time to come talk to us. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. That was appreciated. Coach Taylor Bauer, Coach Timothy Brown, 60 here at home against the Manti Templars. Home break against the Manti. We'll be right back with our closing thoughts on the game. To wrap things up, you're listening to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union listening show right here on 95.3 The Peak, where on Dinos play.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net as the game basketball swishing through the net and scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and dunk just like the winning plan you must strategize the place, just like how you plan your plan by the afraid of the trades, comfortable customers and integrators, you're sustainable knowledge, you're obtaining home, you will stay hired for college, and take fast, and call Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your state fighting reach MVPs and let the floating our team today and start winning to join our team.
Membership eligibility required. NCUA insured. Required. Instead
Have a perfect smile. They specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. Your smile nears and dental implants, orthodontics, dental and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. General medicine and teeth procedure to address defects and technology with your concerns. Buildings to achieve this smile and silver cup. Ready for a smile makeover? Call Pretty Smile today. 37-3100 to schedule an appointment. 100 to schedule an appointment.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, you're cruising down the highway, but suddenly your car sparks up. It's not a trouble break your stride. At Cars, break your stride. Auto repair service in Wellington. Auto repair service in Wellington. Runs smoothly, so you can enjoy those slowly cross. From regular maintenance all the oil changes and regular maintenance like oil and even new tires. Cars is here to help. Visit Cars Connect. You're going to drive away confident to knowing your car is in its best shape ever. Your car is in its best shape ever.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball. You're listening to KRPX 95 KRPX 95.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino basketball here on 95 Dino Peak, where the Dinos play tonight. Bringing Avery Morris and bringing you the action tonight. Bringing you once again, Manti 73 and Carbon 63.
It's a tough one to lose. You can tell them cut 4 hours. You can see the telling some of those broadcasts. This is a frustrating broadcast. And you can understand when you look at some of those key stats. You can already circle at some of the turnovers. Already free throw shooting 16 or 27, free throw shooting 23 turnovers tonight. You can't win basketball. And like you said, they go through ruts. Like we talked about time and time again. They go through these ruts where they just can't find these ruts at the bottom of the basket. You know, any other team during those ruts, they're going to make every shot they take. And they're going to get built a big lead like this one.
I think Coach had a good point tonight, too. I mean, you're going to have turnovers, right? You're going to have turnovers. He said a good thing tonight. He said, we had a lot of turnovers that were unforced turnovers. And that's the turnovers that they got to eliminate. You're going to have turnover.
It's unsustainable to accomplish. It's one of those things where you're just not going to be able to come away with the win in a situation like that. Just a hard time to try and overcome that, especially when you're trying to play from behind.
Once again, the final score tonight, Manti comes to town and defeats the Carbon Dinos 73-60. Now, tomorrow night, we will be back here at Carbon High Schools. The Emory girls and the Carbon girls will battle it out right here at Carbon High School. And then we will be back at Emory High School on Friday night. The Carbon Dino boys battling Emory there. So we got some basketball yet to come on the week and a couple of good games. And it's only going to get better as we get towards the end of the season and tournament time. This is the time where everything, it gets very serious now. These are games that you need to win to move up in the RPI rankings, because it's going to make a difference in the tournament where you're ranked.
Yeah, this is going to be do or die time, really. You want to get some favorable matchups in those first and second rounds, because they're going to be playing at home sites more than likely. That first round, they may get a home game here, but then they're going to be traveling to one of those top seeds to try and take them on. So it's going to be do or die time, especially in terms of seeding, like you said.
So with that, anything else, Aiden, before we call it an evening?
Let's go make a statement at Emory.
Okay, with that, we're going to call it a night here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. This is the place to be for Dino basketball. Once again, the final score tonight, Manti 73 and the Carbon Dinos 60. We hope you enjoy the broadcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Have a great evening. Go Dinos. Good night.